What the blood clot? What the blood? Get METHOD, drop 3 Dwayne Carter with a splash of Buster's crap and a hint of Big Pop, a little dash of nastiness, top it off with Bob Marley, throw them on in a blender, and I'm what the fuck you getting, imagine that like a figment. I'm a walking, talking to nigga, something you never figured. I am like Randy Savage on acid that's very vibrant and classic, a walking disaster hazard to any rapper that's rapping. We the underground killers, but globally they feel us cause we restoring the feeling. This guru spit voodoo, yes. I am young man, some pillin', I'm filling up on the breast. She swallowing on my cheering, ha. Rack in my mouth, teeth made of gold. I'm sucking the areolas, my nigga the best of balls. Double entendre, and if they auctioning niggas, then I'm the top product. What am I saying to you? So auction our forefathers. Where is my mind? Shit, I can't find it. Like looking for remote control after smoking marijuana. How is it so nigga rich yet so enlightened? It can't be possible he living anything he rhyming. I feel like we entered the game with remarkable timing.
Broke niggas only make jokes, nigga. I made more than I could fit in this quote, nigga. Quote, nigga. We the hope, nigga. Flat beside me, motherfucker. We the hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Flat beside me, motherfucker. We the hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Flat beside me, motherfucker. We the hope, nigga.
I assemble sentences so I could reap the benefits, and I never see my nemesis, but I'm working on my penmanship by counting many blessings, stressing women, nothing less of winning. If I'm talking shit, man, I'm only kidding. Sitting on the sphere, earth is spinning, persevere. 2012 is here and still a different kind of fear. It's material, and I ain't talking fashion. Believe in what you want, cause no one knows the scene what happens, ya bastards. Since I smoked the cohiba, I'm evil. Zombies be competition, 6 feet deep beneath your people. Only illegal amounts of the medicine to get you in the bind. I already got your heart, girl, I wanna fuck your mind. But since I came, develop my name to Arthur, or to slap you hard. I never drop the acid, bro, I'm trippy as fuck. Because I'd rather knock it down instead of picking you up. So cut the ash right through the diamond, my hair wrapped up like a shaman, cuz.
Broke niggas only make jokes, nigga. I made more than I could fit in this quote, nigga. Quote, nigga. We the hope, nigga. Flat beside me, motherfucker. We the hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Flat beside me, motherfucker. We the hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Flat beside me, motherfucker. We the hope, nigga. Cruising down the street, ain't got a 6'4", just a heart full of pride, a mouth full of gold. Corny baby mama knocking at my front door. She just want my income. I'd rather get my. I be that C-O-M-B. Shot it, don't tempt me. Leather on, Fonzarelli, piss on women. R. Kelly smashing bitches in the telly, passing swishes, roll up with me. Trippy is that trippy does. Catch me smoking potent cuz. Having visions of Mason Betha coming back, spitting crack, contemplating how we living under Satan, discriminating and hating. This ain't rap, I call it food for the savoring. What you're craving or not for paparazzi, the most incredible dough feta cheddar, the revenue never seen federal. Gotta stay headed, the server, the header. Love my medical, hating niggas disguised as friends. I see the lies, wannabes, little G's, beat the APCs. I'm a G-O-D, rep that NYC. We got U-N-I-T-Y. It's time y'all get off my N-U-T-Z's, please. I got the scoop, ain't that about a bitch? Take a flick with the microphone, rip a grave, dick a hairy black boy nigga. Sicker than your average, twist and dank, fucking hoes on the kitchen sink. What you think? What you think? What you think? What you think? Broke niggas only make jokes, nigga. I made more than I could fit in this quote, nigga. Quote, nigga. We the hope, nigga. Flat beside me, motherfucker. We the hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Flat beside me, motherfucker. We the hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Hope, nigga. Flat beside me, motherfucker. We the hope, nigga.
Alright. We got a lot today. It's the first actual day of Diablo. Like, the shit just went live. I know Twitch just changed a bunch of shit, so we're gonna look at that. I want to look at some Jubilee videos. To be honest with you, I have a love-hate relationship with Jubilee. They kind of stank, but sometimes they have bangers. But let's look on YouTube and see Twitch. I'm sure. Oh, Asmongold, Mogul Man, Hassan. No, Hassan's reacting to Ludwig. This too much. This a reacception. Let's see if Charlie is pretty good at breaking shit down, but if not, we go to my boy Asmon. So Charlie hasn't gotten around to it yet. I'm sure he will, but no time like the present. So I'm done with Twitch. Let's see why. And I will, here's what I'm gonna do. Capture. Let's see. It's been a minute since I've, done some shit like this. Jesus. Okay. Look, I gotta reformulate the window. I'm on my Destiny arc right now. Just playing games and reacting to shit. You know, fuck it. That's what we're doing over here now. So we'll put that up here. Actually, yeah, we'll put that up here. Okay.
I decided to take like literally a few days off, not even a week. I was like, I'm just gonna chill for a bit before the expo, spend some time with myself.
Wait, what expo?
I have not spent 72 fucking hours off of this goddamn platform making content. Blizzard fucks barbarians. Like, I'm not even talking about one nerf. It was like 7.
I'm crying.
Then I wake up early. I didn't even want to wake up.
I'm crying.
Like some
Us barbs are in the mud right now. Psych. I'm a blood barb.
Like
I'm a bleed barb.
Like telekinesis, telepathy, like remote viewing, crazy magic shit. That I woke up at the exact moment that Twitch decided to kill their own website.
Wait, what'd they do?
I'm losing my fucking mind.
On-stream logos are limited to 3% of the screen. Okay, that feels fair. Burned-in video ads are not allowed. Burned-in display ads are not allowed. Burned-in audio ads are not allowed. I don't know what that means, so let's get it broken down for us.
And I'm laying in bed getting mad. Like, you guys ever read
Actually,
Twitter
okay.
in bed and
I love Asmon. I love Asmon. Asmon is my favorite streamer, right? Let's just put that out there. Asmon is my dude. That's my dude. That's my numero uno. But Asmon can be a lot sometimes. So let's just watch.
Twitch's big problems is like bringing up my mustache. You're tired of hearing it at this point. But
let's just watch Ludwig. Ludwig is like really concise. He just breaks shit down. He does a good job.
People are quite upset about. How upset? Well, Tips, the leader of OTK, said if this change goes through, OTK will be leaving Twitch, which is crazy because they are one of the most viewed organizations on Twitch.
Are they not the most viewed?
Bold move. And if you just search up Twitch right now and go through all of Twitter, people aren't happy. It's impressive how Twitch manages to make the most dogshit changes imaginable.
Okay, I genuinely don't know.
I think this is a legitimate situation where streamers should consider boycotting Twitch.
I legitimately don't understand what this is or what this means. I am nowhere near big enough, which is why I'm watching this, first of all. Second of all, I've been at work, so I haven't had a chance to look at it, but
Twitch is changing
I do want to know.
So restrictive that it
I
makes
definitely
it
want to
impossible
know.
for streamers to even advertise. Okay, well, let's first address what the fuck everybody's talking about. And it all started with a single article posted by Twitch about branded content guidelines. Maybe the most boring, dry article you could imagine, has somewhat made the entirety of Twitter implode talking about Twitch. But what is the actual content of it? It started with point 1, which is branded content disclosure tool. Basically, now when you do a branded stream, you have to disclose it, which is a law in the US of A at the very least.
Wait, branded stream, like a sponsored stream? I'm so confused. What the fuck?
And is a good thing.
Yeah,
You should
brand
know when
sponsorship
you're watching
formats.
branded
Okay.
content as a viewer, and if you check this little box, then it'll be embedded into the stream. Great, easy. Point 1, not a problem. But like most shit sandwiches, it's not the top layer of bread you have to worry about. It's what's in the middle, which is point 2, prohibited brand sponsorship formats. We recognize that streamers want to collab with brands, but as outlined in the TOS, we maintain the exclusive right to sell, serve, and display ads on Twitch services. This means that you may not insert, embed, or burn in pre-recorded ad units into your live stream. What does that mean? Well, they gave a nice little infographic. Somebody worked really hard at Twitch to make these graphics. They look real.
So, does that mean Twitch will only play their own ads? If you try and play any other ad, if you try and do any other sponsorship shout out or anything, I'm confused. Let me just learn. Let me just learn, right?
Let's go through it. Here are the formats permitted for ads that streamers might want to run on their Twitch channel. You can do panels, which is like the thing below, basically the description, something nobody actually reads. You can showcase products, fair enough. You can include links, or maybe have like a pinned link or a Moo bot that posts the link occasionally in the chat. You can discuss products and be like, wow, check out my very cool Nintendo Switch Joy-Con. It has drift still. I don't know how that's legal. And you can play sponsored games. Okay, great. That's all fine. But what are the non-permitted ones?
What is a sponsored game?
That started the shitstorm that has caused Twitter to lose their mind. Well, the first one, logos on stream. On-stream brand overlays are limited to 3% of screen size. This is crazy. I've never even heard of this before, especially the limitation of 3%. Partially because that is weirdly specific. I don't even know what 3% of a screen is. Luckily, some other people found out what it is. Turns out this is 3%. This is it in square form, this is it in banner form, and this is it when you put it on the side. It is fucking tiny. It is literally...
Real quick. I don't know if y'all have played this story. This is cool because I skipped the story. So it changed the way that the dialogue played out. Okay, that is super interesting, actually. All right, back to the
smaller than my
webcam.
It is not a large part of the screen, so that would impact a lot of banner ads that people regularly do on their Twitch streams. And then the second one is the one that people are very stressed out about, which is that streamers are not allowed to insert video ads directly into their streams. So this is basically like you are sponsored by Campbell's Soup, and then you play a Campbell's Soup ad while you are streaming for 60 seconds, and then it's back to you jerking off, watching the bud, whatever the hell's going on. And they say, no, that you cannot do that. And then there's a couple additional ones saying you can't do banner ads, which I guess would also fall into the 3% anyway.
Okay, that is... I'm not arguing for Twitch. Maybe, I guess, because I don't understand the full breadth of how it affects the system, or that it doesn't affect me. I don't think it's that bad. I feel like there's a little bit of overreaction, but I do think it is incredibly jank, because effectively, it seems like what Twitch is doing is saying, you all are fucking up a bag that we could be getting, and we don't want you to do that. So let us get the bag, and then you get your bag that way. Which is fucked. Fuck Twitch, but it's like, also, you're talking about corporate America and one of the shittiest companies of all time. Like, what are we expecting? Like, that to me just makes sense, right? Like, I would never expect Twitch to, like, do the right thing. Never. I don't know.
And then you can't.
That's just my
any burned-in audio ads, which I've never heard about. I guess that's like if you're doing a podcast maybe, and you have like a podcast ad read, apparently that's also not allowed to happen. So all of these things just outright banned, and this is the main thing people are upset about, which I think is pretty fucking dumb by Twitch. Because this is the main way that people who run huge events are able to make money, including me. That's how I make most of my money. Now, I'm on YouTube, so it's not as big of a problem for me.
Okay. Yeah, so it seems like I was right that they're basically just like, they want to be the fucking middlemen, essentially. Which
But for my Mogul Chess Boxing, here's a baked-in mid-roll ad from Cash App. That is all it is. It's a total baked-in ad that would not be allowed under the current Twitch guidelines. Similar to the KFC ad that we recorded that aired during the Streamer Awards. Another ad that just wouldn't be able to be aired. Which is part of the reason they pay the big bucks, those big sponsors, to be able to make events like that happen in the first place. And somebody on Twitter, Brian, said, the more I think about it, the more insane this is. Literally no event can run on Twitch under these guidelines. Tournaments, league, charity, all of them violate these in so many ways. And so I looked into it, and he's right. I mean, literally, this is a Twitch Prime Gaming, or I guess an Amazon Prime Gaming game.
See, it makes sense now why Mr. Beast tweeted, why not help content creators instead of hurt them. Look, bro, I'm gonna keep it a bean, I'm gonna keep it a stack. It definitely sucks, but that's just corporate America. That's kind of the way shit works, is everybody wants money, and when you give them the option to make more or make less, they're always gonna want to make more. That's just how it goes. But I don't want to be like, oh, fuck these guys, fuck other streamers, whatever. I don't have empathy, or I guess I should say, not empathy, I just don't care about people who I am trying to be like, or I guess, who are in the position that I'm trying to get into, be upset when the position take shifts. Like, bruh, nigga, for 100K a year, if I made that much, I wouldn't even bitch, bro. I hate my fucking job so much. It makes me, I literally called in yesterday to take a fucking mental health day, because that's how much I hate my fucking job. I don't know, man. There's bigger shit in the world. There's more shit to be upset about. Bigger fish to fry. Does it suck? Yeah, but fuck Twitch, bro. People have been saying that for months, years. This shit's not gonna change. It's not gonna get better. So, I don't know. It is what it is, what it is. But, fuck it, man. Get your bag. You know what I'm saying? Big streamers, change off. Go to a different site. Fuck it. These niggas don't... That's the thing, bro. These niggas... And when I say these niggas, I'm specifically talking about corporate America. I'm talking about niggas in suits, niggas bosses, right? They will never, ever, ever give a fuck about you. You will always be a fucking person to them, a cash cow. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I shit on company time. Fuck them, bro. And it's just that simple. And nothing will ever change my perspective on that.
Banner giveaway. This is an ad right here, and it is well over 3% and breaks the rule of inserted, burned-in display ads. That's not allowed under the current guidelines.
I wish
now, I fully believe
that I could be in the position to bitch about this, but
specific groups of people, and they're not going to blanket punish everyone across.
And this isn't me saying like, oh, well, you should just be glad that you're rich. It's just like, what I'm trying to say in the simplest form is that, to like the day-to-day niggas, they don't care. And to the niggas up top, they don't care. Because, nigga, what other option do you have? You're gonna go to Kick? Go to Rumble? You could. And you probably should. But they don't give a fuck. Because a nigga like me will come, rise up through the ranks until it's my time to fucking move on. You know what I'm saying? That's just really how this shit goes. Truly.
The board. But they could be punishing individual creators. Now, part of the reason I believe this, and I guess we'll break this into two groups here. People who are going to give Twitch the most charitable interpretation, and people who are going to give Twitch the least charitable interpretation. Now, if we're going with the latter, if we're going with the least charitable interpretation, this means Twitch is going to outright cannibalize every single ad that anybody was trying to do, any individual creator, any esports organizer, and make them do it through Twitch exclusively. And maybe there's some supporting evidence, like when they tweeted out a month ago, we're testing new experiences to connect streamers and brands by making sponsored streams work better for our community.
Yeah, no shit, because why watch it happen when I can be the middleman?
And now they're removing the other options for creators, so you have no option but to do all your ads through Twitch. That's the least charitable. What's the most charitable? They're getting up to date with a lot of the rules that other websites have in place, including YouTube. Embedded third-party sponsorships in ads in YouTube content. YouTube creators cannot include promotion sponsorships or other advertisements for third-party sponsors or advertisers in their videos where YouTube offers a comparable ad format, including, but not limited to, pre, mid, and post-roll ads. AKA,
Like, why would I let another nigga get my money?
YouTube to have a 60-second
Do I think
ad
it's right?
burn into
No.
your video
But
that
that's just the
talks
way it
about,
is.
I don't know, Nintendo Switch joy.
Am I wrong?
They have bad drift. Apparently that wouldn't fly. But if you've watched YouTube for more than a week, you know that does fly all the time.
Because these
So I
niggas
think
don't
it's some
police
sort of
it, they
policy
don't
that YouTube
care.
puts in place to punish groups of people that might be cannibalizing too much of their ad sales because they're doing it at scale, rather than punish creators. So this is a more charitable interpretation because this basically means Twitch's new guideline falls almost exactly in line with YouTube's guideline. The only caveat I'll say is logos. This one seems crazy still to me. And Twitch can also prove me wrong. This is a time will tell scenario. If in a month from now,
I mean,
Twitch is taking
it
down
all
every
is,
single
because
creator
these
who
niggas
does
could,
have
like,
a branded
basically
ad, a
Ludwig just
60-second
said, they could, in essence, just do this shit and then, okay, we updated our guidelines and everybody goes on about their business.
roll ad, or who does have a banner,
Which is
then
more
this is
likely
at
than
all
not the
what YouTube
case,
is doing.
right?
But in writing, it is the exact same. In practice, it could be a whole lot different. This thing, still crazy to me. I don't know where this 3% came from. It seems oddly specific. It seems way too punishing.
Yeah, this.
But I am hoping that
Nigga,
this is
3%
Twitch's
of the
way
screen
of
is
trying
like,
to target a group
it's
of
like
people
literally
who
like
is taking up too much of their ad
this.
sales because maybe they're doing it at scale, and
It's
less
like
so
this-
a way to
this
specifically
corner
target
right here.
individual creators who are doing ad sales, who are
Like,
trying
how
to
would
make
you
money
can't even
to
see
make
that.
ends meet.
You
Because
can't
at the
even
end of the
see
day,
that.
is most
3% of the screen
most
is
Twitch
like
streamers aren't
this.
the top 0.0001% that you think of when you think of Twitch streamers.
Like, how do
There's
you even?
people who are
That's
just making enough
a
to
little
live
bit
or have a
stupid.
good side
A little
hustle.
bit dummy dumb.
And this brings me to the bigger point here, which is that Twitch has a PR problem. At its core, that is Twitch's biggest issue. Nobody is going to give Twitch a charitable interpretation for anything they're doing because they have done nothing but make bad decisions over the past 2+ years. Not only make bad decisions, but the way they announce these decisions is always articles that they post at 4 a.m. that are cold, cut and dry, that don't actually answer the questions people want to know. They even have an FAQ at the bottom of this huge article they posted, and all of the FAQ is about the branded content announcement, aka point 1 of the 2 points, the branded content disclosure tool. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Yet every single question is about branded content and disclosure, with the exception of one all the way down here, which is what do you mean by burned in ads? And it just clarifies that you're not allowed to have any mid-roll ads. I feel like it would be a lot better if Twitch were to be more personable. And they just got a CEO who is doing interviews
But
with
that's-
VTubers who
that's-
seems a little more hip. So why not have like a sit-down conversation?
But
and
isn't
say,
that
"Hey,
exactly
these are
what
our
I
new guidelines.
literally
This is
just
why we're
said?
doing
You're
it.
expecting
We're trying
a
to keep up to
fucking
date with
company
other
to
competing
treat you
websites
like a person,
YouTube
bro.
Or whatever it is. It would feel a whole lot better if the message came from a human who seems like they care.
When that's just
rather
fundamentally
than an
not
article
how
that is
businesses
trying to be
work.
Shoved into the anal cavities of 4 a.m. only to be posted by some Twitter journalists like Zach, and then talked about by every streamer known to man who hates the small little read they did about it. I don't know. It just seems brain dead that they haven't figured that out by now, and they haven't changed
Well,
it.
it doesn't
But
just
that's
seem
what
brain
we're
dead, it
currently
is.
seeing with Twitch and with their new announcement. Time will tell. I am hopeful, always optimistic, that Twitch is not going to go out and attack every single individual who has a sponsorship that breaks these rules. and that it's for some other reason, but it's Twitch. So they might just do that. And I think they are further and further pushing people to competitors like YouTube or even Kick or even Rumble, where it seems like a lot of creators are signing by the day. We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell.
Shoot me a check.
That's another huge Twitch drama. That's why everyone's mad.
Bro, whoever
And
shoot me a
hopefully
check, I'm going for it.
You know,
I'm going for it. I
let's,
need that. I
let's
need
pick it
that
up.
bad,
Let's pick it
bro.
up. All right. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Subscribe, everybody. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye.
Easy peasy. Okay. Taylor Swift, Bugs Bunny. I don't know, man. I don't know. A cesspool of misogyny. YouTube Shorts. That's definitely getting added to the list. To the list, Rooney. Yeah, man. Fuck it. I guess we just dive in. I watched like a microsecond of this, and I was like, this seems insane, and I hate it, but fuck it, I'll watch it. I'll bite Jubilee. I'll bite. I know everybody wants to watch the fucking button and shit, but I think Jubilee probably has like the most interesting videos, or at least the most entertaining. They just do fucking wild ass shit. Ranking teen outfits, 90% of these look like trash just off the thumbnail. Only the last one looks good on the right. But anyway, let's see. Should men have a say? Pro versus anti-abortion teens. Insane
You're
fucking
arguing
title,
for
by the way.
the slaughter of human beings because you're pro-choice, and I'm standing here in
Strong word.
a fetus
You
cannot.
said killing a fetus, so it's not a strong word.
It's really not. And but could I just finish my statement?
You're killing a fetus. You're for the slaughter of human beings.
Step forward if you agree with the prompt.
Based.
I have had
I am.
unprotected sex.
I am. I agree with Thanos. A lot of you people should probably go. Some people would probably say I'm on that list. More power to you, my guy. I don't care. This planet is fucked. Society is fucked. We should fix it, but we won't. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And before we get any further into this, my stance is simple. As long as what you're doing doesn't directly hurt another breathing, conscious, thinking, feeling, living human being, I don't give a fuck what you can have an abortion every day of the week. You can fucking let your freak flag fly. You can throw pride parades every day. I don't fucking care, bro. I'm an ally to everyone who just wants to be themselves. I think women should have autonomy over their own body. Do I think that a person and their partner should have a discussion before one person makes an executive decision on whether or not they bring a life into this world? Yeah, but much ado about nothing. You can't control anybody, man. It is what it is, you know? And that's all I'm saying. I guess I'm a positive apathetic. I just don't fucking care. That's really all it is. And I don't think you should either. But obviously we will get more in depth on this as this video goes on, because I know they're gonna say some crazy shit about, oh, women they just wanna be freaks. They wanna go out and have sex with a guy every day. And you know what I say to that? Who cares, nigga? You sound mad that it's not you. Maybe if you stop being a fucking baby and treated women like human beings, you get some bitches on your dick. But you don't. So, rest in piss, bozo. Now hang on. I'm in the middle of this boss fight with no zombos. And now we up, gang. On God, stop with the fucking poison, please. You piece of shit. Jesus Christ. Okay, back to the video.
About that.
Wait, what was the question? Oh,
Have had unprotected sex.
based how literally every single woman stepped forward, bro. Wow. This is gonna be a fun time. This is gonna be a fun time because what did I just say? If you treated women like people and not like some weird like sacred fucking cow that you have to fucking milk for children, and women have a purpose and fucking women should be good and this and that and all. Nah, bro. You haven't had unprotected sex. Why? Cause you not fucking. Eight motherfuckers here. 6 of them women. Every single one got it raw. What? That sounds insane. I'm not gonna lie. Hold up. Every single one of them out here going raw dog. Real raw doggers. Gideon would be proud. But look, here's the thing, right? You, 2 dudes. This is literally just Chad women versus virgin fucking manlet freaky deekies. I'm trying not to pass too much judgment already, but I have strong feelings about this. And my feelings are, just don't be weird. Anyway. I'm just saying. Every girl steps forward. It's very telling. And it's telling
The
that
first time that I had sex, I didn't have the knowledge that I should have. I think just I didn't know what Plan B was until I started having sex.
Fucking up, man.
Just like maybe I missed that day in class, but that was not taught in sex ed. So I didn't know what Plan B was until I started having sex. But now I'm a lot more educated.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't even know when I found out what Plan B was. I was at least like, well, first time I got one was like 19, 18. So 18, 19. But I didn't even lose my virginity till I was 17. But that's neither here nor
A
there.
lot more comfortable. Like I'm on birth control, but obviously like birth control isn't always effective, isn't always accessible. So I understand like my privilege in that.
Well, the first time that I had unprotected sex was a couple months ago with my fiance. We're both adults.
Nah, I'm sorry, bruh. Of course she's anti-abortion and you're a teenager with a fiance. You're talking about you're both adults, bro. You're a teenager. You already told me everything I need to know about you. GG's, it's over, nigga. I hope you have a great life.
We were in a real period of grief because I had just had a miscarriage, I think about a month before, after we'd had.
My sister in Christ. Look, it's not impossible for a teenager to find the love of their life, but like, again, I repeat, you're a teenager, bruh. Why are you trying to have kids? Like, go live your life. Nigga, you can't even legally go out to the club or to the bar. Like, bro, do you know how damning that is? You are literally just... I don't even want to say you're throwing your youth away because that makes it sound like a baby is a death sentence, which it's not. But you aren't even giving yourself the opportunity to really find out what you like, what's good for you, what's positive for you, what's bad. Just, I don't know, bro. That's fucking insane. And so, of course, she's fucking anti-abortion. But, again, maybe I'm just passing too much judgment. Whatever.
Protected sex.
The first time that I had unprotected sex was unprotected sex was with the person that I am currently married to.
Of course, she's fucking... Bro, notice the trend. Anti-abortion. I'm married. I'm engaged. Bro, you're 18, 19. You are fucking tweaking. smoking big doinks, bro.
We got married straight out of high school.
That is crazy. That is psychotic, bro. What did I just say? You got me. How the fuck you? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I got married straight out of high school is an insane sentence unless you've been dating this nigga since fucking the first grade, bro. That is psychotic. So of course they're fucking anti-abortion because I'm gonna say something. And niggas is gonna judge me or hate me or whatever. Of course you're anti-abortion because you think that your job as a woman, this is just my mind-reading premonition. You think your job as a woman is to fucking reproduce and do shit for your man. But also, there is a subconscious fear that if you don't lock this nigga in, you're gonna be alone. Which is because, bro. See, I feel like I'm just gonna dig myself into a hole and sound like I'm gonna say some crazy shit. Look, man, teenage girls, young women, they watch movies, we all watch them, rom-coms. Everything is about fucking love, and you feel like the best way to do that is to have a fucking kid. Lock yourself to somebody for eternity. Shackle yourself to them. But, like, bro, that's fucking toxic and unhealthy. That's insane. I don't know, man.
I was 18. It was like a week after I graduated.
Like, if my kid came to me, boy or girl, and was like 17 going on 18, or hell, even like 18 going on 19, and was like, you know, Susie or Bobby is the love of my life, and like, we've dated the last 2 years of high school, and we're gonna get married, and also, we're working on having a kid, I'd be like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Like, nigga, I love you and I support you, but like, you fucking tweak it. Like, go to college. Find a career path. Do literally anything else. Wait till you're sure that that's what you want with the person you want to be with. And fucking... Fuck, man. Live your life, bro. I don't know. That's just so schizo-pilled to me, man. Like...
And we're really happy together, and we love the idea of having a child, you know. Currently pregnant right now.
Heck yeah!
That's, you know, so clearly I had unprotected sex to get here.
Are you going to college, or do you have a job? Like, how's that working?
So I mainly do activism. I try to advocate for people who are in the same position as the...
There is no way this woman, because that's what she is, even though she's a teenager, there's no way this woman just was asked if she had a job, knowing that she's pregnant, and her response was, I mainly do activism. Bro, you are smoking the biggest fucking doinks possible. What are you talking about?
The person inside of me.
You know
right
what? We're 2 minutes in. I'm gonna just let this shit play.
Of their life is intrinsic
we're gonna
to
be
every
here all day.
fetus. So honestly, right now, I'm just chilling as an activist.
But do you make money?
Sometimes, if my followers give me some.
Sick.
Depends. When you were having unprotected sex, would you say that you would have been financially stable enough to have a child?
No.
No? Would you say you would have been emotionally ready enough to have a child?
No.
Okay. All right, then.
I think I was in kind of a similar situation to you. Not so much because I was pressured by a partner or anything like that, but because...
Bro, what the fuck is she talking about, nigga? Sometimes I make money. Bro, you're the problem! You're the problem. You're the problem. Didn't I just say there's too many motherfuckers in this fucking world, man? There's too many motherfuckers, because dumb motherfuckers want to go and fuck and don't even think about how fucking shit the situation that they're creating is. And then... God, it's a fucking Ouroboros, bro. It's just a snake eating itself. It's a bunch of fucking goofy motherfuckers doing goofy shit, and then they're like, oh, damn, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, you shouldn't have, idiot. Like, now you just birthed the next fucking schizo weirdo, man. Like, I digress.
We're very lacking in terms
I
of
digress.
queer sexual education. And the sex I was having, I thought I didn't need any kind of protection for it because I was sleeping with people who couldn't get me pregnant.
The first time I've ever had unprotected sex, I was young enough to not know what sex even was.
Let me just say, you still get an STD from anybody in a number of ways. So be safe, be careful, get tested, know your partners, unless it's a hookup, and then even still be safe. If you don't know the person, if you feel uncomfortable, you feel unsure, don't let anybody pressure you. Definitely get tested. Base. But not being able to get pregnant is a fucking W, intrinsically.
So I was very much manipulated and groomed by someone in my life to think that what I was doing was okay and normal. And that scared me because, you know, when I finally told my parents, it wasn't a really good conversation where they were like, of course they were shocked because that person is in our family.
Oh,
and they
that
were
is
like, that isn't real, you're just trying to get it for attention.
Never
kind of
fun.
And then, but in a sense I knew that they believed me because we went
that
to
shit
some
is
really
like definitely stinky as fuck, bro. I have heard things from people that I know, grew up with, friends with, and that shit is always like infuriating to me. I don't even want to expand on it. There's no point going into details. If you do some fuck shit to somebody, be it underage, while they're drunk, anything, bro, fuck you, nigga. You're a piece of shit.
Walmart and bought a pregnancy test because they were like, if you are pregnant, you can't tell anyone that it's his. You have to say that we adopted another child, and you would have to keep that baby. I did not want to have a baby at a very young age. I was not emotionally ready. I was not financially ready.
Crazy, bro.
Still in school, trying to think like I have a future for myself that I want to do.
Imagine, bro.
Fortunately, I was not pregnant.
How do you
think that people can't achieve bright futures when they have children?
They can achieve bright futures if they have a child. I just knew that
This just is a step further on what I was just talking about, bro. Because that girl's parents fucking suck. I'm sorry. They're trash. Fuck her parents, bro. Fuck her parents. And I hope she never speaks to them again. Because that's my point. It's like the most dog shit people will bring a kid into the world and provide them with dog shit circumstances. And then be like, oh, oopsie. Like, no, nigga, it's not oopsie. Bro, you just created the fucking trauma and turmoil for somebody else. And it's now on the rest of the world and them to pick themselves up. Like, nigga, you suck. You're garbage. So, fuck her parents. I'm calling it out. And I hope I don't hope that she says that she has a strained relationship with them. But I hope that she is surrounded by people that actually care about her and fucking treat her like a person. If my parents moved like that, bro, I would fucking eat them. I would never speak to them. Ever. Like, I don't... You couldn't even... We can't even reopen the door after that, bro. You're dead to me forever. Like, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, nigga. Man... See, I shouldn't have done this. Now I'm just psychoanalyzing people's lives and shit.
I wouldn't have been able to achieve that future.
That just
well, there
fucking
are like
stinks,
resources
bro.
available, particularly for people who are student parents, for people who are on-campus parents who have children, babies, toddlers, children of all ages. There are also resources in terms of crisis pregnancy centers, also known as pregnancy help centers. There's thousands of them across the U.S. There's 5 crisis pregnancy centers for every Planned Parenthood, and so.
But why would I want to fucking raise?
A lot of these resources are.
Why would I want to raise the child of somebody who took advantage of me, who I probably fucking hate, who I'm gonna look at that like, even if you can look at that child with love, because niggas are gonna say, oh well, you you should always look at it with love regardless. Look, bro, people get fucking traumatized. Shit happens. People process shit in different ways. And I get that, and I respect it. So, I understand, but, like, my nigga, you're like, oh, well, you should just basically deal with it, and then just, you know, go to college, and then you can bring your baby into the class. Like, nigga, who wants to do that? Why? So you can feel better? Nigga, fuck you. You don't run the world.
Not made known. I think that a lot of people kind of get into the situation of being pregnant and nobody's telling them about these resources, and then they think that they can't do it, and then they get an abortion that they might not have actually wanted. They felt like they had.
Do you feel like that was your situation? Do you feel like you didn't want to have an abortion, like if it happened?
I think that because I grew up in a very conservative home, so abortion wasn't even in the picture. I wasn't even allowed to have that idea. And like thinking of it now, like, yeah, there are crisis centers, but we're also going through like baby formula shortage. Like,
exactly.
There's
That's
not even.
It, bro, thank you. Literally, when the Roe v. Wade shit was happening, the Supreme Court also the same week declined a fucking bill for support for baby formula. So you can't tell me like, oh, these motherfuckers care about the babies. No, they don't, bro. They care about the fucking commodification of human bodies. They care about an enforcement to the labor system. And they care about finances. And that's it, bro. That's all it's ever been, and that's all it'll ever be. Because the commodification of human bodies is the highest fucking grossing, paying form of money making, of entrepreneurship, or of however you'd like to phrase it, that there is.
Paid parental leave. So if we're going to be able to bring a child
Why do you
into this
think
world,
labor
I think we
is
should fight
called
for
labor,
more healthcare
nigga?
that is free for women or people who can give birth. And especially since I was at a very young age, I honestly just didn't know what I would do in that situation.
For me, when I started engaging in intercourse, I started out using protection. I've been volunteering with Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, I started
since
out
I was
using
about
protection.
15. When I was a junior in high school, I've had an intense passion for reproductive rights. So I immediately, as soon as I knew that that resource was accessible to me, I put myself on birth control. But unfortunately, birth control isn't the end-all be-all. And from putting myself on several forms of birth control, I realized that the adverse effects of birth control can be very, very altering. And currently, I'm in a very long-term committed relationship with my boyfriend. And of course, when you have someone attractive, you want to have sex with them. And he's the first person I've really started participating in unprotected sex with.
Now we get into the meat and potatoes. Also based,
I've
like
not
I said,
had sex yet, and that's just because of my religious ethical code and moral code.
Of course!
I've been,
of course! What the fuck did I say?
I'm Catholic. I've been raised in a Christian household, and I just don't see that as something that's beneficial or valuable to my life at this point. There's been times when I've questioned if I was ready and questioned my faith, but I've always just kind of found my way back to the church and agreeing with the church's teachings. So I've never really had a desire, and I was in foster care as a child, and so I witnessed a lot of sexual violence there, and it's just been one of those things I almost feel like just subconsciously I've never really wanted. So I really don't see myself like living in a sexual relationship with another at this time.
But see, okay, I do feel bad now because maybe I went a little bit too hard before I had anything. And so yeah, I feel bad about that. But here's the thing. This just is, like I said earlier, people react to trauma differently. People experience all types of trauma. So I don't think it's fair for anyone to placate to somebody else like, you have to appease my ideals because they're my ideals. That's just, you can argue morals and ethics all day, but it's not ethically sound, nor is it morally sound to enforce your worldview on anybody else.
my life just because it just isn't really what I think
and here's like the crazy, sad, fucked up reality is that like several of these kids have already like proven my point of people bringing a child into a world that they had no business doing. And it's not saying like, oh, well, fuck these kids, they shouldn't have had them, or like, they should have just aborted them, or they're better off than not being alive or whatever. Like, they're here, bro. And that's the reality of the situation, but like, who the fuck wants to experience that trauma? Who wakes up and says, you know what? I would love to be fucking emotionally deprived. I would love to be deprived of love. I would love to grow up in poverty and pain in a shitty household where I don't feel any love or connection to anyone. Fuck that, bro. That's trash. That's fucking garbage. It's not fair. Who is it fair to?
I'm Catholic as well, but I'm not. I haven't had sex before. It's not just because I'm Catholic. It's like there are other reasons as to why I haven't, such as pair bonding, and I think just it helps to keep the marital act within marriage because newsflash, sex makes babies. So I think it's just good for a child to have a mother and father, because when families are sort of separated, it causes a lot of problems for children, especially like with divorce.
Okay, but bro, that is so fucking nonsensical. Like, the irony, bro doesn't even realize he's arguing against himself. I think parents should have both children. Therefore, there should not be abortion. You should have to lock it in. That's fucking insane, bro. Why not have an abortion, and then when you're ready, you can have a baby with the right person?
Divorce, and I was like, surveys have shown that divorce is often worse than the death of a parent. It's just like, at least you know, like, when the parents pass, it's like they didn't leave you behind. So
I have two questions for you. The first one is, where did you get those surveys from?
I don't remember. I was just in passing, but
That's
I don't
fine.
really know.
The second thing I wanted to ask, you said something about sex always making babies. Well, you didn't say always. You said sex makes babies, and I would love to challenge that a little bit, because
it's not the only reason for like sex. Is like you have the pair bonding, sort of the emotional going on between the two people, but sort of like the telos, the primary purpose of it, sort of is for that. But there's other legitimate sort of secondary reasons.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you would say that the primary purpose of all sex is babies?
Because I wouldn't say all sex, because there's times where you can't conceive because of like the woman's.
Bro, incel coded. Because not all sex is emotionally charged, bro. Like, niggas really just be fucking for fun. I mean, when I say niggas, that's just a fucking pejorative term. Everybody. People get bored, people go to the bar, people hook up, whatever, bro. It's just for fun. You might not ever see that person again. I'm not gonna lie, that's like a big turn on to me. It's like the anonymity of just like that's like you know, I fantasize about it sometimes. I'll just keep it a beat. Like, just you see some hot stranger and they just give you that eye and they're like, follow me. You know what I mean? Like, that to me that's fucking hot. Like, because it's just fucking, I don't know, primal, like, but regardless, my point is that, like, it's not always this pair bonding, like, oh, I love you so much, like, and it doesn't have to be, because at the end of the day, everybody fucks, bro. Everybody fucks. It happens. Who gives a shit? It doesn't have to be some, like, pinnacle escalated thing. That's the thing, bro. A lot of motherfuckers put sex on a pedestal like it's the greatest fucking shit of all time, like it's the only thing in life that matters, and it's not. It doesn't matter. Once you fucked enough people, you will realize most of the time it's all the same, bro. It's all the same. It do not matter.
It's not always fertile, which I think there's just the natural order of that act is having children.
I think what they were getting at is to not assume that all sex is heterosexual. So
yeah, that is a pretty heteronormative view. I completely validate and respect that you don't want to have sex for you. But for those of us who can't even ever, for any reason, get pregnant during sex, I think it's a little reductive to assume that that's like the reason people would do it.
Valid.
I think there's also a difference between reproductive sex and non-reproductive
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah.
Like, let's be so for real. There's so many things you can do to not get pregnant and still have sex with somebody.
I'm obviously not Catholic, but I think that but I think it's also important to remember that, you know, Catholics and people who do believe that sex should be within marriage also acknowledge that there's types of sex, like oral sex, for example, that you don't conceive children by. So I think maybe not to put words in your mouth, but maybe what Luke is referring to specifically is coitus and not other types of sex.
Yeah, because people can mean different things by sex. It's like
It's a very general term.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Ragini, the director of this episode. Please like this video if you enjoy watching it and subscribe to our channel. Now, let's get back to the video. I have had an abortion.
Yo, I can't. She said Rodney? She's made some
I
other
had
like
mine
really interesting videos.
about a year and a half ago.
On Julie.
And I've never felt shame, never felt.
Wait, I've had an abortion. Hang on, let's run this
I
back.
have had an abortion.
I had mine about a year and a half ago. And I've never felt shame, never felt regret. I've never even second-guessed my choice. Surprisingly, my parents are Middle Eastern immigrants, and they were like very supportive. The 9 months of pregnancy isn't considered to be a challenge in its own. It's like, oh, you know, you can give the child up for adoption. Oh, there are like resources, there are crisis pregnancy centers, but those 9 months, that's still morning sickness. That's still doctor visits. I had to go to the ER in the very short time that it took me finding out that I was pregnant to getting the actual abortion because I thought I had an ectopic pregnancy because that's what my gynecologist told me. There are so many things to consider. I can't go to school if I'm sick, if I'm already, you know, mental health isn't something that's secure for me. And then on the top of that, I'm gonna have to deal with thinking about this pregnancy. Are people gonna judge me for being a teen mom?
Okay, so I had an abortion fairly recently. I had one about 2 to 3 days before my recent birthday last year in November. It was a very unexpected event. I remember having symptoms almost immediately. I was about 6 weeks, I believe, 5 weeks and 7 days. I actually did not suspect I was pregnant because I had been going through some traumatic life events that threw my cycle off. My period was on average 40 days late, so I just didn't suspect anything when I was 6 days late that past cycle. And my boyfriend, who I was confiding in at the time and telling about my current bodily circumstances, had a feeling beyond me, the woman in this equation who should know what's going on. He was the one that prompted me to go get a test because he felt that I was pregnant. And when we found out, it was a shock. I'm the type of person when in my relationships, I make very clear my positions on how I am with, you know, abortion and pregnancy and child rearing. I'm very transparent in that matter because there should be no room for error in that case, but that's because I'm fortunate enough to be educated in that manner. I'm a volunteer with Planned Parenthood, so I knew the resources available to me, and at that time, when I did conceive, it was not when I was on birth control. And so partially, I take responsibility for the circumstances that led to the conception of that pregnancy. Although I'm very grateful and I'm very appreciative that I had access to this form of health care, it was something that I grieved heavily. It was something that my boyfriend grieved heavily. We were not ecstatic to have done this. We were not happy that we had to make this choice. But because of our plans as individuals, as adults, and our life plan is to get married, is to complete school, and to maximize our chances of being the parents that we want to be, I felt it irresponsible to be selfish and say, well, I want a baby and I don't want to make that hard choice to terminate. But when you think of somebody else, and that would have been another individual, you have to think what's best for them if they were to be born. And I'm not in a position to where I could emotionally, financially, nor physically provide for a child. Whereas if I would do the hard thing now, later on down the line, when I improve my circumstances, I can be the mother that I want to be instead of disadvantaging myself and that person who did not ask to be put in that situation.
Exactly, like nobody
commend you
asked to
for
be
coming
born,
in front
bro.
of, like, a camera and saying that.
Yeah. My parents don't even know either.
Yeah, mine don't either. I need to figure out a way to tell them.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna block Jubilee from their YouTube.
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for sharing those experiences with us, because I could hear in your voice, even though I couldn't see your face. It's difficult to share. And I'm so sorry that you had that period of grief and those experiences. I've miscarried twice, and taking the abortion pill, I know, though it is a different process, it's not dissimilar in the function of it to a miscarriage. But you did say something that I thought was interesting. You said you think it's selfish to bring a child into a situation where you know that maybe you're not economically stable.
I mean, it fucking is, bro.
Emotional state to have a child. And
how else do you phrase it?
My mother has 5 children, and when I was born, my father was leaving. He was abusive, and we were on food stamps. She was in college. She was waiting tables and sweeping under chairs, and she was in labor with me. So I want to sympathize with that and say I know exactly that kind of economic struggle, that emotional struggle that a lot of women are in. But I don't think it's fair to say that people who are in poverty or people who might have mental health or emotional issues are selfish for bringing children into those situations. Because I think that you can still have and love a child in those situations. And I don't think that having children is something that we should reserve for the wealthy, for the
okay,
people
but
who
that's
don't
not
have
the
mental health
point.
issues. I don't think it's selfish for people who are not in those positions of privilege to have children.
For the rich, for the white, for those who are in a position.
But that's not the point. The point isn't that anybody should be able to have kids. It's that you should be able to have a child when you feel like you are ready, when you feel like you are in a good position. Like that. What the fuck? I'm so confused, dog. Like, yeah, maybe your mom wanted. Obviously, she wanted that, and that's fine. But to say that abortion is wrong or being anti-abortion, literally,
to you, and there's a reason why I included that in my personal statement. It's because that's a personal belief that I ascribe to myself. I don't think generally that it is selfish to bring children into your circumstances. I retract myself from in putting my personal beliefs onto other people's experiences.
Exactly.
I only speak from how I feel, because I'm the king of my own fate. And in the same way that your mother chose to have 5 children, I chose not to. But I don't want to ever take that away from anybody. I think if you feel like you have the means and you have the willpower to be a mother, to be a father, you do that. But that doesn't give you the right to determine for other people
that's
that
literally
they should also do the same.
Well, I think that's kind of
literally
ironic,
what I'm saying.
personally, because I feel like that's exactly the point of the question. It's whenever a person decides to have an abortion, whenever a doctor decides to perform an abortion, whenever a medical professional prescribes an abortion pill, they are making a choice for that child and pushing that onto the unborn person. Then they are saying that the unborn person, you don't deserve to live. You don't have the right to live. You are not rich enough to live. You are not privileged enough to live. You are not
what
white
are
enough
you
to
talking about?
What about the woman though? Like that like I've
That's
had this
so
conversation
fucking
with so many
insane,
pro-life
bro.
people.
What the
and
fuck
it's
is she
always,
talking about?
Oh, the fetus, the embryo, this unborn life. And I'm like, what about me? But I was actually going through it. You can have all these hypotheticals about you're pushing this onto the unborn life. First of all, they never existed. They are not aware of their existence. It's not a hypothetical about what they could have become or you know, you're not giving them the right to life. They never existed.
First of all, they existed scientifically.
How did they scientifically
an unborn
exist?
Fetus matches all of the qualifications that NASA has for a living individual organism. Secondly, I'd like to say
no, it doesn't.
What right
no,
does
it doesn't.
Anybody have
How
to mitigate?
How does it have everything that it needs for an individual organism when it cannot live individually, nigga. That's why it is in gestation. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my god, bro. That is the most egg-headed fucking statement I've ever heard in my life.
The outcomes of their own mistakes by oppressing another human being inside of them, by using unjust violence and excessive force against a peaceful being inside of them.
What about rape or incest?
Nigga, what? Excess force and unjust violence. It's your body! What the fuck are you talking about, bro? So, I guess if you got tapeworms, nigga, you should not take medication for it. You should just let them little motherfuckers go ham in your shit. Like, what? Bro, the logic is so fucking flawed, dog. Just nonsense. Nonsense.
I got pregnant from rape. 4 years ago, I got pregnant from rape. I was raped for years of my life. I have physical symptoms of that. I have reproductive issues as a result of that. But I think it's important to say that babies like my daughter Rachel, as I talked about before, and babies like my daughter Mira, who I got pregnant with consensually, are the same. They're DNA-wise. There is nothing different in the DNA, the human DNA, between a baby who's conceived in rape and a baby who's conceived consensually.
So you're telling rape women that they should be having their children? Are you going to make that decision for women that are raped just because your experience, you think that it ended up being a good idea for you to have these children? Are you then going to stand here and say that all raped women should have their children?
Are you going to stand here and say that children who are conceived in rape are somehow different than children who are conceived consensually?
No, because I don't see a difference.
Then why are you bringing it up?
I would also say that abortion...
I will go on record and say yes. Oh, 1,000,000% yes. Absolutely yes. Look, bro. You ultimately make the choice what you do, right? That's entirely your choice. However, like I already said, motherfuckers might look at that child in hatred, as a scar, as pain, as whatever, bro. So, yes, I do think that they're fundamentally not the motherfucking same, bro. The common, there's a word that we use pretty commonly now. That word is bastard. But that word literally was subscribed to children that were born out of wedlock, or by a man's mistress, right? And those children would not be treated the same or looked at the same as the children who were biologically belong to both parents. Is that right? No. But that's just fucking human nature, dog. So, no. I'm sorry, they're not the same. That's just my fucking 2 cents. That is crazy. And I'm sorry that girl had to go through that. But these are decisions that you make whether or not you keep the child. And again, like I said, everybody is different. How you feel about shit might be different. How you deal with shit might be different. But you can't put that on everybody. Not everybody's the fucking same, bro. Period.
Abortion is not evidence-based care for rape victims. There's no research that shows that the outcomes of rape victims getting an abortion is better than those who do not. So if we want to go purely based off of medical science and evidence-based care...
No.
Yeah,
I will push back that we do have statistical evidence that shows that women who have access to abortion and in societies where abortion is accessible, there is an overwhelming decrease in the amount of abortions obtained, and there's also an increase in the economic, emotional, and physical advancements of the people who have access to that care. And I will acknowledge, because I do think that what was inside of me, what was inside of you, what was inside of you, I personally believe it is a life. It is. I mean, I held mine in my hands, but to equate that to me, an already birthed human being, this thing, I have a photo of it in my phone. I was going to bring my ultrasound as well, but I thought that would be triggering for some people. But what I possessed in my hands when I took it out of my pants, when I expelled it from my body, I think it is ludicrous to equate that to me. There was no head, there was no arms, there was no legs, there was nothing there.
How far along were you?
I was 5 weeks and 7 days.
You were 5 weeks and 7 days?
Yes. And I
had
had the privilege.
You know that at 5 weeks a baby has a heartbeat?
It does not.
First of all,
it does not.
It has a two-chambered heart.
No, heart cells can
not.
beat in a petri dish if you remove it. Heart cells, it's electrical impulses, but I mean, when we talk about life, and this is my personal opinion, I don't think when you draw the conclusion of what is life, I don't think that is a legal question. I think that is a moral and philosophical argument. And when you try and establish what is life, I mean, there are plenty of instances where we acknowledge that there is life, and yet we make decisions for them. When people are brain dead, we acknowledge that there is life there, and yet they are dead. I feel like when you try and say, well, this is life, so therefore it is
She's
deserving of rights,
cooking!
and extend more rights to someone who is hooked up to a machine, keeping them breathing without any conscious experience, and we extend to them more humanity than a woman and her body. And my argument is simply bodily autonomy. I think in no circumstance.
God damn, she's on fire. She's cooking, bro.
Should the government compel somebody to use their body against their will, even if they are personally responsible for the individual? It's the reason why, even if you have a child and that child needs you for bone marrow or blood transfusions, the state cannot compel you and hook you up to a machine against your will to force you to keep that individual alive. And I think and when we live in a democracy and we prioritize human
bodies, bro.
You have to put bodily autonomy above and preserve it regardless, even if you were a drunk driver and your irresponsible, illegal actions led to the harm of another person. The state cannot put you in a position where your body must be used as a resource against your will. I think it is a violation.
Okay,
And
firstly,
what you would like to do,
I asked you about evidence-based care involving rape victims.
Okay.
Not economic outcomes after a random
I wasn't
person keeps a
arguing off
pregnancy.
the rape.
Well, yeah, well, as I said, you said, yes, we do have statistics, and then you brought statistics that had nothing to do with what I said. I would also like to say that
where are your
bodily
statistics?
autonomy
You're
argument,
literally
it
arguing
doesn't hold
fucking
up.
conjecture.
Pregnancy-
Where are your statistics? Bro, I fucking hate that grifter ass bullshit dog shit fucking imperialist stance, bro. Like, big dog bootlick. Check it out. You're saying, where are your statistics? But you don't have any. How can you, the nigga arguing off of feelings over facts, talking about facts over feelings, turn around and say, where are your statistics? If you don't have any, bro, hold yourself to the same fucking standard, because you sound like a loon.
Is ordinary and healthy care 99% of the time.
And yet
Pregnancy is not comparable to hooking you up to a random person. Your offspring is your child. They are genetically and emotionally related to you from the moment they are inside of you. My baby is literally grimacing right now inside of me. They can make squint faces. So it's not even comparable, the relationship between a child and the relationship between a rando. But you do not get to mitigate the outcomes of your choices by violently ending the life of another human being that you are responsible for bringing into dependency on.
Even if I invited someone into my own home, a friend, a family member, I have the means, if I choose, if I tell them I do not want you there, by my own choices, I allowed that person into my home, into my space, into my domain, and then I change my mind and I rescind my consent. We have the ability. It's called self-defense. And I'm nowhere near arguing that pregnancy, let me clarify now before you jump to conclusions about what I'm saying. We have no issue with, and again, I'm not saying that pregnancy is the same as self-defense, but in those arguments, even when you put yourself and you put another person to a state of dependency, when you invite them into your home, you have the means to remove them. And I think when it comes to your body, and I'm just arguing in terms of the state, there's a lot of things that I disagree with in terms of like people smoking cigarettes, because we have evidence that shows secondhand smoke kills. You can kill somebody from the means of you having an addiction to cigarettes. But should we punish that person for the choice that they made simply because they...
Can I ask something? What about the child inside of you?
There was, what I passed in my hands was not a child, and I think it is very disingenuous to say what I held in my hand is is any of you. It just wasn't.
What was it then?
An embryo.
It's like a clump of cells.
What is an embryo?
It's a clump of cells.
Well, an embryo is just a term
It's an
for
organized
the
body.
stage of
It's
a
not
certain
the
stage of
stage. So when we
development
talk about
in the process of entire human life.
Right, I agree.
So it is
So it's
still
it's a human life. So you just
No,
Is
it's
the
not a
egg
human.
Unfertilized, is that a human being?
no, because fertilization.
Hold on. One at a time. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
So an egg is distinct from an embryo because an embryo is a genetically distinct whole organism. It's not merely just a part like skin cells, egg, sperm. So we can tell that because if you were to apply the net test, so like any amount of nutrition, any environment, or any amount of time, like an embryo will develop into a mature member of its species, but sperm, eggs, skin cells, tumors, they're not going to develop into a whole organism. So it's not the same thing.
Oh yeah, of course. I do. I absolutely agree. I think an embryo is a stage of development, but I don't think you afford that stage of development the same human rights that you would a full-grown human being. It's the reason why we make a distinction between children and adults. A child can develop into an adult. Do we automatically ascribe them? You can drink, you can vote. Well, they are not that yet. And why make that distinction? But then say,
how does that give us the authority to kill the child?
I'm not saying give you the authority to kill a child, but I think if that the argument that I'm making is I feel like there is a fundamental difference between something being attached to you, reliant on your resources, and something being dependent on you for other types of resources beyond your physical body. It's the reason why I'm making a reference to blood transfusions and organ donations, because that is directly attributing what your body needs to survive to give to somebody else to help them live, as opposed to a child that is already born that simply needs your labor and financial resources to keep them alive and support their already existence and living on their own.
But when we're talking about the value of human life, I don't think it's at
What?
all fair to say that an unborn child is worth more than their mother or who would be their mother. I don't think it's fair to say
You just
that
said the
mother's
value.
needs and her state of life.
The value of human life. An embryo does not provide value. Just saying. Just saying.
Or their state of life don't
Just saying.
matter in that situation, because they do. And it's not this like killing a fetus for fun. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be in that situation or to have an abortion. But like, you can't just act like
I cannot
always
lie.
should be prioritizing
Their mic is
this
fucking
what isn't
crazy.
even
It
a
is
child
like
yet.
rubbing
None of us
against
are
my
saying we're
eardrums.
prioritizing the child over the mother. We're saying
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
What happens during pregnancy?
what happens during pregnancy. The mother is trying to think of the word.
Succumbing?
Gestating.
Succumbing.
Gestating.
The mother is
Didn't I
giving
say
life to
that?
the fetus. The mother is supporting the fetus's life as it grows. And so what we're saying is that the child and the mother should be equally supported through the pregnancy.
Are they?
How? How? What are you gonna do?
So supporting the
You're
financial
gonna-
needs
you're
of a
gonna rub
mother
on the
is
baby's
a need
little-
that can be
little
handled through
baby
nonviolent
bump?
means, whereas you guys are advocating for violent means to end the life of a
Bro,
person.
you keep
It's
saying
not
violent.
It
You
is
keep
violent
saying
to
violent. You keep saying bro. She keeps saying violent. Nigga, you have never been outside. You never touched grass. Like, bro, if that's what you think is violent, consider yourself blessed. For the lack of trauma. My sister in
to
Christ.
rip, suction, starve. It is violent to take limbs off of people. It is violent to induce a heart attack. Yeah, and you starved. You starved your embryo. That's what happened. That's how the pill works.
You probably do that in labs somewhere. That's how you
I do that in germ cells.
But it's a human being. I feel like we keep getting away from the fact
It's not,
that
though.
but
There's nothing to
science
get away
says
from. It
that life begins at conception. It's a human embryo.
Science does not say that. The Bible says that.
No,
Science does
I have
not
a
say
question
that.
for you really quick.
Sick.
I have a
Let's move on to the next prompt because it feels like the conversation is not going anywhere.
Well,
I did have a
don't
question.
get a bunch of pro-choicers and pro-lifers together.
I'd
No
rather
shit.
abort a child
Fucking egghead.
than put them through the foster care system.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I
And
would.
this is like I didn't.
I would, because here's the thing, bro. Foster care is not equivalent to adoption. Adoption, somebody who wants to have a child is seeking a child, right? They might be incapable of having a child. They might have complications. They might just be wealthy. They might want their children to have more children around. There's any number of reasons. But it is somebody who is in a better position, actively seeking a child. Foster care is riddled with people who are looking for money, who are abusive, and sometimes you find good foster parents. Sometimes it works out. But it's like, bro, why take that fucking gamble? Why gamble somebody else's fucking shit because I don't have my shit in order? That's fucking stupid. That's insane, bro. That is insane. So yeah, I would absolutely rather have my fucking kid aborted than it put in foster care. Because, man, like I said, bro, trauma. You're creating potentially fucked up circumstances for somebody else.
Consider that,
and that's more fucked up, bro.
That situation where it's not just get pregnant, put the kid in the foster system. It's that, again, like I said, 9 months of pregnancy, and I would not go through those 9 months of pregnancy, even though if I had the option of giving my kid up to the foster care system,
in this very same video, we had a teenager, young man, say that he literally is traumatized from witnessing fucking sexually related trauma induced on other people. Why the fuck would you... It's not selfish. I don't understand, like, bro, and I don't understand why everybody is sitting back on this one, bro. Like, this nigga just told you that the foster care system is fucked up. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking crazy. Maybe I'm tripping, bro.
You have to still go through those 9
Maybe I'm
months of
just so
pregnancy.
traumatized that
you can just drop it
the
off.
way I view life is just so fucking skewed.
So I feel like first, before we get into this conversation, we need to establish how foster care works. As someone who is in the system, I understand how the system works. As someone whose parents were foster parents, I understand the system is not something you can willingly just register your child for, not like the adoption system. Foster care is a system of the government to protect children who are in unsafe environments, that they see the child as being in an unsafe environment. My mother was a drug addict. We were living in government housing. We were homeless multiple times. My mother was severely addicted to alcohol, just not at a time in her place where she could really have a family, but she did have a family. And so my grandmother came and watched us. And my grandmother, over time, just really was convicted, because she was a devout Christian woman, of the reality that this is no environment for a child to grow up in, and she wanted to do something, if anything, to help us have a better life. And she knew financially she could not take us in, but she wanted to do something. So she called CPS, and CPS came and took me and my siblings away. Now, did I have the best experience of foster care? Absolutely not. I still live today with bruises and sores on my body from foster care. And I was in there up until I was 19 months old. I was a baby, but it still affects me to this day. And I really struggle when I hear people say that, like, a child in foster care is somehow less valuable because of the way that the government treats children in foster care, because I just don't think that's a correct opinion to have. To treat a child as less valuable is dehumanizing. And
to clarify, I don't think that they're less valuable. I think that it's fucked up, the type of shit that happens. And I don't think it's fair to basically bring somebody into this world to potentially induce trauma on them, right? Because all you're doing is you're trying to absolve yourself of, like, this fucking guilt or this feeling of, oh, my religion, oh, morally, ethically, and you're doing something that is effectively far fucking worse. You're literally, like, damning someone, condemning them to shit circumstances, to trauma. And obviously I'm not saying every time, because it doesn't always happen. Sometimes there's good, sometimes there's bad. But you make that fucking decision for somebody else that hasn't even fucking been born yet, dog. Like, that is incredibly fucked up. And I don't understand how people can do that. Like, nigga, you're literally, like, doing the old throwback joke of, like, right, you're selling the soul of your firstborn. Like, you're literally doing that so that you can feel morally good about the decisions you made in life. Like, bro, you fucking suck, dog.
1000% against dehumanization of any human being whatsoever.
I don't think anyone is saying that foster care kids are less valuable, though. Like, you didn't mean that, did you? No, nobody's saying that. I just wanted to make that clear. Do you have a uterus?
I do not have a uterus.
You do not have a uterus. So I'm not saying that your opinion is invalid or that you should not be included in this discussion, but I'm saying that that's important to keep in mind, is that you could never be in this position of having to decide whether you in your body want to keep and raise a child from your body.
You are arguing for the slaughter of human beings because you're pro-choice. And I'm standing here in where a fetus cannot.
So it's not a strong word.
It's really not. And but could I just
The
finish?
slaughter. So check this out. Slaughter definition. Slaughter. The killing of animals for food, right? Killing of animals for food. So, by literal definition, right? To kill in a bloody or violent manner. To kill in large numbers. Okay, that's what I assumed, right? Slaughter meant. To kill in large numbers. No. You're not advocating for the fucking slaughter of human beings, bro. You're making a choice for yourself and somebody else who is fundamentally incapable of making a choice. To not give them a fucking garbage life.
My statement, we're standing here in defense of the children because they do not get that voice, because they do not have that voice because they are in the womb.
So then are you going to adopt it? I'm assuming you will, right?
That's not an argument you can make because I am currently not in the financial place to adopt. But it is a choice that I could make to become a foster parent. The issue is that becoming a foster parent is something that you register with the state. It's not as easy as just saying like, well, you can just one day become a foster parent. It is a long, tedious process. It's expensive. There's tons of things that go into it.
I would also say
That's hard.
You guys had something to say as well.
Talking about who should have a voice in this discussion, but it's like the unborn don't have a voice. They're not yet able to
That's
like have a
hard.
voice, but they are still human beings with dignity, and we ought to respect that. So I think it's like, I think we really need to sort of figure out, it's like, what are we talking about here? Because if abortion doesn't kill human beings, then no justification is necessary. However, if it does kill human beings, no justification is adequate.
I always say that if murder was happening...
Nigga, what did this nigga just say, bro? He said... Let's run that.
You guys had something to say
We're
as
talking
well.
about like who should have a voice in this discussion, but it's like the unborn don't have a voice. They're not yet able to like have a voice, but they are still
Exactly! How the fuck... Bro, that doesn't even fucking make sense, nigga. That makes no sense, bro. The niggas who are incapable of having a voice in this debate should have a voice in this debate. Bro, what? How does that make sense to you? Please. I'm trying to understand. How does that make sense to you? So, I'm not even going to make an analogy because it's just fucking nonsense. You're not saying anything, bro. You're just talking to hear your own fucking voice.
With dignity,
you
and we ought to
narcissist.
respect that. So I think it's like, I think
Never
we really
mind.
need to
He's
sort
not
of
a
figure out, like,
narcissist.
what
I
are
was
we
gonna say
talking
some
about here?
crazy
Because
shit, but
if abortion
are we talking
doesn't
about?
kill human beings, then no justification is necessary. However, if it does kill human beings, no justification is adequate.
I always say that
Why do you need a justification? Is it morally correct for a hungry man to steal a candy bar? If a man is hungry and he has no money, is it morally correct for him to steal a candy bar?
if murder was happening at the rate that abortions
The answer is Yes. Really, the answer is morals are a fucking construct that people perpetuate in a society because everybody is going to have a different moral alignment based on your upbringing, your belief system, which is technically your morals, the people around you, the stipulations of the society in which you participate. So, to say that something is or is not morally correct, you can't prescribe that to another person. It's fucking nonsense.
Happen at it.
But the argument that I'm making is that
abortion doesn't kill human beings.
You don't have to fucking defend your choices. At least not choices that you're making for essentially to protect somebody else. Not just yourself, right? Because I don't think abortion is always intrinsically selfish. You got two parties, me and you. And the decision that I make affects the both of us. But that doesn't mean, like, therein it is automatically not selfish. Because that's how fucking parenting works. I'm gonna make it a decision that affects the both of us. And hopefully it's for the betterment of the both of us and not the worse.
Beings, then no justification is necessary. However, if it does kill human beings, no justification is adequate.
I always say that if murder was happening at the rate that abortions happen at, it would be Armageddon. Like, it is just absolute. Women, I think it's like a quarter of women will have an abortion in their lifetime.
So, number of abortions in America by year. In 2019, there was 69,000, let's say 630,000, 629, not 69, I'm fucking tripping, bruh. 629. Alright? Mind you, in 2008, that number was a quarter of the size it is larger. Nigga! In 1995, that number was fucking double what it is 3 years ago. Okay? Okay. So, number of murders in America by year. Homicide. Ow, fuck. Goddamn. That's for year 100,000. Nigga, what? Reported murder and manslaughter. Only necessary. Get the fuck out of here. 2020. Number of reported cases. Okay. So, 22,000. Which is an insanely small number as opposed to what I thought it was. I'm not gonna lie to you. Damn, I'm trying to see the fucking year so I can match it up. Okay. Number of deaths. 3.7 million. As opposed to, let's say, in 2022, in America, 2019, right? Nigga, I just want the fucking number. Death rate in 2019. 2.8 million. 2.85 million. 630,000, right? So, you're talking about basically a fifth. A fifth, bro. And that's just in America. Whoops.
That's right. We're going back to the...
No, not yet, Noah Sampson. So, let's run this back. Okay, we're at 33.12. Let's run this back to 33 even. Because I like Shorty. She hasn't been making bad
I
points.
always say that if murder was happening at the rate that abortions happen at, it would be Armageddon.
Okay. Murder. Okay. My fault. Look. Number of murders. Just in America. 2019. Total 2019, 13,000. Damn. Yeah, that's a pretty significant fucking margin. But, nonetheless, I'm on that Thanos shit.
Like,
anyway.
it is just absolute. Women, I think it's like a quarter of women will have an abortion in their lifetime. If that was happening, if an eighth of the population was being murdered, then it would be the purge.
Why do you think we're so distraught, though?
It doesn't affect you, though. Like,
but it doesn't affect us.
It doesn't. If I hadn't told you, you wouldn't know.
Injustice anywhere is a threat to
justice everywhere.
Wait. She said a quarter of women will have an abortion in their lifetime. That doesn't equate to a quarter of the population being murdered, big dog. What? I'm sorry. What? Wait. Nigga, a quarter of women in their lifetime will have an abortion. So you're talking about women age ranges between like 14 to 45, right? So in a 30-year gap. And that's just one. A lot of people have multiple children. Bro, that is a skewed ass fucking metric. I'm sorry. What? That's crazy. No. Whatever.
Why is every single person, even if they are not under my jurisdiction?
Under my jurisdiction is a crazy fucking way to start an argument.
At the rate that abortions happen at, it would be Armageddon. Like, it is just absolute. Women, I think it's like a quarter of women will have an abortion in their lifetime. If that was happening, if an eighth of the population was being murdered, then it would be the purge.
What do you think we're...
No, because check this out. So, if a quarter of women have an abortion over the course of 30 years, right? And that number is constantly changing because more people are being born, therein more people are growing, therein more people are adding to that number, right? And you look at America has a population of what, like 350 million, and then 2.85 fucking million people die a fucking year, which is like a microscopic number. Brother, sister, man, like, no, that's whatever.
We're so distraught.
I'm getting lost in the fucking
It doesn't affect you, though. Like,
but it doesn't affect us.
It doesn't. If I hadn't told you, you wouldn't know.
Injustice
niggas die every day, B.
To justice everywhere.
But why is every single person, even if they are not under my jurisdiction, the oppression of that person is my business?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I do agree with that. I don't think anybody should be oppressed. However, I don't think me making a executive decision for a fetus that would be under my care is oppression. But by that same logic, how are you okay as a woman being told that somebody else has a decision over your autonomy? That is fucking psychotic. Like, that is such a fucking hypocritical ass take, bro. Because, like, okay, we peel back Roe v. Wade, but then let's peel back civil rights. Let's peel back segregation. Like, what are you fucking talking about, dog? Maybe I'm reaching. I don't know.
I respect that approach.
This is, to us, it sort of sounds like we're saying it's like, if you don't want an abortion, so just don't have one. But we hear it sort of in the same way. It's like, if you like don't like slavery, don't have a slave. We sort of hear it sort of in the same ways because it's involving, like, it's sort of the destruction of the dignity of the human person, like abortion and.
Nigga, what? Hold up, bro.
Don't want an abortion, so just don't have one. But we hear it sort of in the same way. It's like, if you like don't like slavery, don't have a slave. We sort of hear it sort of in the same ways because it's involving, like, it's sort of the destruction of the dignity of a human person, like abortion.
Quite the contrary. Quite the contrary, because then you have a child and it grows up to go off to be put into foster care and literally, like, bro, if you don't like slavery, don't have a slave. Nigga, the commodification of human bodies is literally modern day fucking slave trade. What are you talking about?
And slavery violate the dignity of a human person.
So you're comparing abortion?
I actually agree with that. I actually agree with that, and I think that ties in nicely to this whole systems and foster care argument, because people argued vehemently at the time in which we were about to end slavery that we should not end slavery because we don't have the systems. We don't have the systems ready for all of the slaves that will now be free. There's no jobs out there for them. They don't have any land. Oh, we need to keep them as slaves until we have the right system. No, you don't get to degrade the dignity of another human being until you're ready for them to be here.
And black people are still suffering today.
Until you are ready for them to live dignified lives. That's unjust.
I want to touch on the prompt about the foster care system, and I just wanted to emphasize that for me, I didn't take into consideration the foster care. I don't feel like anybody is less than. I don't think that you're less than. I think me and you are entitled to the same rights. Of course, just personally, when I made my decision, it wasn't a matter of I don't want my child to go to the foster care or be adopted out. That wasn't the question. What I took into consideration, what my boyfriend and I decided together was we did not want to put me through the physical constraints of pregnancy without him, because my boyfriend, he is a very traditional Christian, and I'm no longer religious. I grew up in the Catholic Church, and I'm not religious anymore, but I respect his views, and he carries a lot of views that you have, but because of his consideration to me and his approach to the family structure, he knew that he was not in a position to take care of me in that vulnerable time. In the weeks that I was pregnant, it was extremely hard for me. It was mentally and physically draining. The changes that were going on, it was to the point where I could not participate in the daily activities that one does, go to work, feed themselves, get out of bed. It was very psychologically difficult in that short period of time. And we knew at that point that it was going to be a very demanding and laborious pregnancy had I gone through with it. But because of how he feels and his responsibility and his duties that he places on himself as a man, he wanted to make sure that that experience of pregnancy, and when we do decide to have a child, I'm in a point where I can be cared for appropriately. Just the way I waited out, and again, it wasn't because this aversion to the foster care. In fact, I feel like we should better resources for those children because they have every right to be here. I'm more so focused on whether or not, again, should the government enforce and place themselves in such a personal matter when it's a matter of people using their bodies.
I would think most of us in some regard agree with you. I can't speak for everyone here. I don't know everyone's various political beliefs. I think most of us would agree with you, and that's why we're pro-life, is because we see it as that's what the government is doing to children in the womb. The reality that the government could have just, because of the way that the government works and because of the way that the abortion system works, the reality that I just could be non-existent and not exist at all is horrifying. And the reality that my memory my life,
But that could literally
my
happen to
genetic
anybody,
makeup,
bro.
The people that fought for years to
You
give
could have
me
died in the
rights,
womb. You could have
that
fucking
can all just be
died
erased.
as a kid. Like,
It's
bro.
horrifying.
But it would have never happened.
You're
It's
talking
not
about
like it
fucking
happened
chances.
and then like it was erased. Like
I
it's,
was conceived. My mother had the option to abort.
Yeah.
Therefore, it could have happened.
Parents should be informed if their teen is seeking an abortion.
So
that's
when
fucking
I was
crazy.
being sexually abused, my parents didn't know. When my rapist found out that I had a pregnancy scare, he was like, I will f***ing kill you if this is the situation. I'll kill you. And I think that if I had gone into an abortion facility, as many girls and women have, and been forced by my rapist to have an abortion, I think that this is another, I guess, part of a system where mandatory reporting fails, as it has many times in abortion facilities, particularly in Planned Parenthood. Parents need to be informed if their child's being sexually abused, and because mandatory reporting often fails in this way, because Planned Parenthood is a business and they make money off of what they do, I think that it's really important for the parents at least to have this knowledge and to have this understanding.
Yeah, I think it's a really kind of tricky situation and topic to discuss just because there are so many, like there's such a breadth of situations that can occur and have occurred. And I'm so sorry for what you went through, by the way, but like that situation is really awful and it definitely highlights how having parental oversight is good and important in certain situations, but also like there are situations where young people are in situations with abusive households, abusive parents, who if they found out
like
that
you're literally
that
talking about a
teenager,
double-edged
child
sword
was
of
attempting to
prescribing
do
it to
something
everyone.
to care for themselves and to help themselves live the life that they need to, or
Look
for
at
their
how
health,
many
or
gay
whatever
kids or
reason they
trans
might
kids
have
get fucking
for
disowned,
doing it,
kicked out,
they'll be
etc.,
prevented from
etc.
seeking
Like,
care of any kind, not even just.
and then
like,
you want to say, let's do
abortion.
that with like
They'll be
a
prevented
baby,
from seeking
a
any
whole
kind
fucking baby.
of sexual wellness care, health care of any sort, because their parent is aware that they were looking for that kind of support.
And I'd like to go off of what you're saying. I agree full-heartedly that there are different situations where it could be dangerous for the individual to tell their parents, and that's why I think pregnancy resource centers, which is what we support, are such a valuable tool, because they have the right to put protections over this young individual or older individual. And if they are in an unsafe situation, they house them, they feed them, they get them a job away from the area where they are. You know, they do stuff to help, but also those situations and the situation where the child was conceived, that child still has value. So that's why I'm a firm believer in protecting both the mother and the child.
I mean, I would also like to say that, like, as much as young people don't like to hear it, and as much as I didn't like to hear it myself, because
Bro,
I
you're
had,
literally a
you know, a messed
teenager.
up household, because I had a parent who was not a safe parent. I think that parents have rights. Uniquely, like the Ohio Initiative for Choice right now is trying to attack parents' rights, trying to make it so that people can get medical procedures or supposed medical procedures in abortions and not have to notify their parents. There have been teenagers and young women who have died from abortion procedures.
We have people that go and counsel outside of
Okay, and there have been
Planned
parents who have
Parenthood's
fucking
abortion
beat their
facilities,
kids to a
and
fucking
we've
pulp and
seen,
killed
like,
them.
we've
Like,
documented and
bro,
reported to the state suspicious behavior of people bringing busloads of minors in to have abortions, and you know, it's one of those things that we just have to look at the reality and we have to address it.
There's actually statistics that say that the majority of women who have undergone sex trafficking report having more than one forced abortion, specifically saying forced abortion.
And we are against that too, right?
Yeah,
we are against people being forced
who
into
is saying you
abortions
should
as
have
much
a
as anything
fucking,
else.
you should be
I think
forced to have an
parents
abortion?
an
Nobody is
obligation to
advocating
care
that, you
for
fucking
the child that
weirdo.
they have in their
Jesus.
care, and I think it is a parent's responsibility to support that child, of course. But then again, I feel like I'm speaking from a privilege of where I obtained mine when I was already a legal adult, so I didn't have to tell my parents. I just know for me personally, because I went to Planned Parenthood to obtain my abortion, and even when I obtained my birth control and my routine screenings from them, some of the questions that they always asked me was, are you safe? Are you in a safe situation? Are you doing this because you consented to it? When I obtained my abortion, they asked me, is someone forcing you? And they have signs all over in the clinic telling them, or telling patients that they are obligated to report if you are being sex trafficked or abused in some way.
the reason I disagreed was because I believe the prompt said teens should have to come to their parents. I am acquainted with someone who just had an abortion, who is the same age as us, and she did not tell her parents. She has yet to tell her parents.
Well, I think we're talking about telling parents before the procedure, particularly, because that has ramifications. I mean, I'm sure afterwards there's some ramifications, but I think parents, like I said, would have the right
in any
to know
situation, there's
before
going to
you
be
get the
ramifications, right?
I have a question.
Why
'Cause,
do they have a
I
right
think
to
a lot
know?
of us
Should
are
your
com-
parents
coming
know
from
who
the
you're
approach of,
fucking,
like,
or if you're
minors.
fucking? Like,
I'm saying it specifically with my case because I was already legally an adult when I had mine. Do you feel like even in cases, although we are teens here, I'm still legally an adult? Should my medical information, now that I am legally able to obtain
Jesus,
care
why
on
is
my
my
own,
shit chugging
because
so
that's where
hard,
I'm going
man?
to operate from, should, even against my wishes, should they be informed? Because I think for me, with such a sensitive topic, I want to go to them when I'm ready, because I'm coming here now sharing my story, but I was not prepared to come out with mine because it's still something that I grieve with to this day, still something that my boyfriend and I, we still tackle with every day. But I just don't agree with the idea that even though I'm a teenager, I'm still an adult and I should still have my choice to not expose my private medical information to my parent. If now that I'm willing and able to make that choice, that should be violated.
I think that we would all agree that, like, for an adult, you know, no, if you're a legal adult, you shouldn't have to tell your parents. However, I think we're specifically talking about minors.
Okay, okay.
Not possible.
I think it's possible. I think there's some ways to find some middle grounds.
Yeah, I think we already have here today on like certain parts of it.
But that's on parts of it, not on the abortion issue itself.
Thank you guys for your time and your vulnerability.
crying. I don't know, bro. That look, like I said, man, it's nobody's job to enforce or subscribe to anybody else their fucking worldview, their ideology, their morality, and say that they must abide. That's just nonsense. Niggas be arguing for totalitarianism and then be like, totalitarianism is bad from the other side. Like, bro, nobody is arguing that. We're arguing choice versus no choice. Like, you don't have to get an abortion. Nobody is forcing that on you. I don't know. I hate those arguments so much. Well, what about, like, bro, nobody, nigga, you either eat the sandwich or you don't. That's just it. Nobody's saying you have to eat the sandwich. Anybody that's saying you have to eat the sandwich is arguing for some other shit. That's not what we're saying. But all in all, not a terrible video. Let's see if Jubilee has anything else worth watching. Find the virgin couple. No. Models versus teen girls. Does modeling harm young women? That's like a yes and no. I don't know. That's like an impossible to answer. 5 celebrity hookups versus 1 fake. That sounds like actual garbage. Yeah, I don't want to watch any of these. All of these seem stinky. Right now. Did AMP drop anything? It is Tuesday. No. It might drop something later, but I guess we'll watch some more Noah Samson, because why not?
The Demon Zone Manosphere YouTube Shorts. I want to make this a regular series just so we can keep tabs on what's going on over there. Keep tabs on those red pillars. See what they're saying, see how these arguments are evolving, and see the all new wet and wild ways they're reinventing misogyny for the YouTube algorithm. Obviously, they're not reinventing anything. They're just finding new ways to package it and sell it to an audience of men. Without further baboo, let's bump in.
What about you?
I love the podcast. It's super cool.
We love you too. Oh my god.
There's a little obviously like misogynistic, but that's already like I already knew that going on.
Oh no. Oh no. Look, I don't.
Wait. What is happening right now, bro? I don't know if my
care
shit
who
is
you
just
are,
hyper
what you
chugging
believe.
or
Saying that on this podcast is a mistake unless you're prepared to go to war. I see where this is going, and it's not gonna be.
Jesus Christ. Hang on, bro. There's the culprit. Especially playing a necro, yeah, that's gotta be chugging my shit. Alright. And then do I want the
Fun for us.
Misogynistic, but that's already like I already knew that going on.
Yeah.
You triggered my trap card!
Define misogyny.
I mean, at least he's honest. That he's about to trap
bro.
her. Very transparent there with
Look
the
at how
agenda.
fucking insane that difference was. You're dropping it to medium.
Placing men above women.
Is that your
I
final answer?
didn't even remember. I forgot that I set it to high the other day. Okay, so I just can't play high and stream. Jesus.
Oh yeah, hating
My
and
fault,
feeling
gang.
contempt for women definitely doesn't place them lower than you. Those are two totally different definitions.
Yes.
This lady got it all wrong. She's so wrong. Just a silly
Y'all can't
lady.
see, but my shit was literally redlining at like 99%. Now it's down to like 60.
Please tell us what was misogynistic.
Wait, okay, my fault. Let's start this back
That's
over.
right. We're going back to the Demon Zone Manosphere YouTube Shorts. I want to make this a regular series just so we can keep tabs on what's going on over there. Keep tabs on those red pillars. See what they're saying. See how these arguments are evolving. And see the all new wet and wild ways they're reinventing misogyny for the YouTube algorithm. Obviously, they're not reinventing anything. They're just finding new ways to package it and sell it to an audience of men. Without further baboo, Bev, bump in.
What about you?
I love the podcast. It's super cool.
We love you too. Oh my god.
It's a little obviously like misogynistic, but that's already like I already knew that going on.
Oh no. Oh no. Look, I don't care who you are, what you believe. Saying that on this podcast is a mistake unless you're prepared to go to war. I see where this is going, and it's not gonna be fun for us.
Misogynistic, but that's already like
So
I already
fresh
knew
and
that
fucking
going on.
fat
You
head.
triggered my trap card!
Define misogyny.
I mean, at least he's honest that he's about to trap her. Very transparent there with the agenda.
Define misogyny.
Oh my god.
You treat women as less than, nigga.
Is that your final answer? Oh my god.
You're a dick to them.
Maybe.
Stupid. No, it's the hatred and or contempt of women.
Oh yeah, hating and feeling contempt for women definitely doesn't place them lower than you. Those are two totally different definitions. This lady got it all wrong. She's so wrong. Just a silly lady.
So what did we say that was misogynistic? Please explain. Please tell us.
Nigga, the way you're speaking is literally.
Please tell us what was misogynistic.
Okay. Dickhead. See, I hate Myron because Myron. I don't watch Fresh and Fit. I watch Destiny. I watch other streamers who speak to Fresh and Fit, have gone on Fresh and Fit, react to Fresh and Fit, like Hassan, etc. Fucking Charlie, etc. Right? Here's the thing, bro. Myron, the bald nigga, has the potential to like be a nice, like chill, smart dude, but he just chooses to be a dickhead. And it pisses me off. Because, nigga, you're saying, oh, define misogyny. Like, bro, you know what you're doing. You're being fucking patronizing. You're speaking to a woman like she's a fucking dum-dum. That is fucking misogynistic, dickhead. Come on, bro. Karmic Magus, long time no see, indeed. What's good with you, big dog? You know how we doing over here. We just streaming, playing some Diablo, reacting to some bullshit. I'm getting hot and heavy today. Mainly heavy. Because I'm already
So
hot.
you made a claim that you can't even back up. Yo, honestly, no offense, you're lucky you're pretty, because you're dumb as fuck. But anyway, we'll move
Bro,
on.
like,
You are-
like, nigga, you're literally being misogynistic.
No, you are stupid. You are stupid, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure, guys. Doing not a great job of beating the misogyny allegations there. Just calling a woman stupid for not playing your little debate lord game. Fresh and Fit are some of the more prominent members of this community. But there was something I saw recently that I feel like could shift the cultural viewpoint of these guys. Obviously not from well-adjusted human beings that can recognize immediately that they're fucking weirdos, but from the people that watch them, which was was their like deeply racist tirade
Oh,
they went
yeah,
on
on
about when
Abba
they were in
and
like a little
Preach.
content drama with Abba and Preach. Clips like that remind me
Weird
of like the
fucking
Sneeko Moist
coonish
Critical thing, or
behavior.
just Pearly Thing's
Candace Owens
relationship with Nick
behavior.
Fuentes, how it's pretty uncritical. All little straws on the camel's back of the death of the Red Pill movement, in my opinion. That's my prediction, but who knows? Could be wrong, could be totally
Nah,
wrong.
I don't know.
Just my
I'm not a
hypothesis.
like a
You're lucky you're
Sneeko
pretty
fan,
'cause
but
you're dumb as
Sneeko's
fuck. That was fucking
anti-Rolo
everything.
shit
Found a
was
stupid
incredibly
woman. Oh,
based.
found a stupid woman.
And
She's
I
so
hope
stupid.
that nigga
Oh, she's
continues
stupid
down
and pretty.
the path
Oh,
of
even worse. Here
the
we have a
fucking
Brett
based
Cooper
man.
reaction, the Daily Wire astroturfed right-wing streaming content market void filler. The show is called The Comment Section because most of it is her reading comments from the comment section, because she has zero funny, interesting, insightful, charismatic, or any other positive descriptor or
She
thoughts.
just looks
It's
like
just
she
fully
fucking
empty.
stinks. She's on the Daily Wire with the fake. She's on the Daily Wire with the fake stream, bro. I don't care about anything that she has to fucking say ever in life, bro. She stinks. She smells like beans. There's nothing she could say that I would go, wow, that's so insightful. Like, bro, you work with Ben Shapiro, my nigga, on a fake podcast. Come on. Fresh and Fit is a no-go. You used to watch it, but you're good now. I never watched Fresh and Fit, only when like Destiny is on, a little bit when Sneeko is on, and I'm not a Sneeko fan. I think Myron, like I said, I think Myron has like the potential to be good. He just chooses to be a fucking dickhead, man. The other dude, I don't even know his name. He thinks he's a fucking goober. He fucking sucks. Let's just call it what it is. He fucking sucks. That dude is a goober. Oh man, I had this dude pass off girls to me like, bro, you're not a high volume man. You're getting a nigga sloppy seconds, bro. Like, even if that story were true, you just sound like a fucking clown. I'm sorry. These videos, I don't want to say they trigger me. They just like the stupid shit people say. I'm like, bro, where did you think that would make you sound like a fucking intelligent person? Sneeko has sometimes where he's based, but stupid majority of the time, and he's a major follower. I agree, 110%. I think the way he stood up to the Red Pill Godfather and the rest of Fresh and Fit, it was based. It was a based moment. I think Sneeko can make really good points, but for most of the time, he's just a fucking dickhead. Like, anytime he talked to Charlie, most of the time he's on Destiny's podcast or talking to Gideon, he just acts like a fucking pretentious dickhead. But he does have really good moments where he shines really, really, really hard. And I hope that he just finds his fucking niche. Truly.
These body glasses and the gloves and of course the inches and the belly. If you guys are partying, be safe tonight and have fun! And last but not least, Happy New Year's, besties!
I was just informed that is a man. Normalization has gone too far.
Normalization, I think it's just like a joke for TikTok.
I am tired of Earth.
It is all you can say because you don't say shit on your show. You just play movie clips.
I think it's just funny TikTok.
Me when I watch Brett Cooper and want to puke because it's so boring. But yeah, what's up with this just being like really mean to some random person for doing a video, a silly video? People that go online and post videos like this while being fat and like gender non-conforming are braver than the troops. Boundless cruelty, just boundless. Fully normalized cruelty, just being cruel to some random person.
That's what I'm saying, bruh. It would be different
Someone
if
said bro is 5'11" horizontal. Or the person said day 24 of asking you to run at full speed. I want to see that, but with the tiny, like, weird glasses. That would please me.
Thanks, Brett. Thank you, Brett, for your input. Love Brett. You know, always bringing
What
out
the
the
fuck
good,
was I
bringing
about
out
to
the
say?
laugh.
I don't know,
She's
bro.
also one of
Like, just
10 of
jumping
the
on a
failed
nigga for
Hollywood
existing,
actors, a part of the Daily
like,
Wire, which I
the
always
most
think is hilarious.
harmless,
Deeply
non-factor
untalented people that turn to
content
right-wing
is
grifting
always
to
gonna
make
be
money, and it
lame.
works. They make money, but they'll never
Like,
make
who cares, bro?
that's
Just
good.
say
In my
it's not
opinion,
for you
that's just
and
my
move
opinion.
on.
Whoa,
Who
hey.
fucking
Do you
cares?
want to have an online marketplace
How's
that will
Diablo?
save you a bunch
Amazing.
of money? Oh, okay, you do?
Blast,
Okay, great. Let's
absolute
talk about
blast.
Temu, the sponsor of today's
I haven't
video.
played.
Temu is an
I
online
played
marketplace
Street
that has
Fighter
all
a
sorts
good
of
amount.
cool and and fun and
But
wacky
other
stuff
than-
that you
or
can
like a
purchase.
decent amount, but
Anything
other
you want,
than
you
that, I
can
haven't
find it
played
on
anything
Temu
else.
probably.
It's
The
so
prices
fun.
are affordable, the quality is
blast.
great, and there are tons of amazing coupons like the current
Absolute
site-wide sale that's going on, which gives you up to 90% off. Shipping is free and returns are free
Yeah, this
for
is
up
my
to
second
90
character.
days. They
I'm
accept
level
all major
27,
credit and debit cards, as well as
just trying to get
electronic
to
payments
50.
and pay later plans like Klarna and Afterpay. Download the Temu app for first order discounts, more savings, and a smoother shopping experience. If you use the app, you can get a Nintendo Switch OLED for $300.
I've already beat
when
the
the
story
price
on
is
my-
around
on my first
$350
character.
on Amazon. I got a bunch of stuff
I
from
haven't
Temu,
decided
and all
if
the
I'm
items
gonna
I
main
got are
that
linked
character or not,
below.
though.
If you use any of those links, you can get an additional 30% off. Now let's look at what I picked up from Temu. The thing I'm definitely most excited about is these Switch controllers. They're adorable. I'm a cash cow, baby. Love making some money off of women bad podcast clips.
Based on God, I'm trying to make some money off of content too.
Attaining your dream
I feel you,
girl.
Noah.
You have this block where you think so much about body count, so much about her being a high value woman.
So you're saying I'm going in with what? Too much expectations?
I don't even think it's expectations.
I must say this, bro. I was thinking about this earlier. Anybody who cares about body count, and I mean anybody, man, woman, child, is a fucking blockhead, bro. Did I move? Nah, I've been in the same spot. I ain't going nowhere. I think if you care about body count, you're stinky, bro. As long as the parts aren't just like mangled or like gross or like pussing or something, as long as everything is like good to go. Now, if this person has like maybe a triple digit body count, I might look at you a little bit sideways like, damn, you moving kind of mad. But I ultimately don't care because it doesn't matter. What would it change? Everybody fucks. You fuck, I fuck, we fuck, your parents fuck. For sure. That's how you got here. So, who gives a shit, bro? Genuine. What does it affect? What does it change? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, somebody had a life before you, and they will have a life after you. And vice versa. So, if you care about somebody's body count, you should lay off the crack.
I think it's judgment. A little like too much judgment instead of taking into account all these other things. You're focused on these like minuscule things and
exactly.
Minuscule?
I mean,
Body
you're just
count?
you're not
A
taking,
woman's
you're just saying
promiscuity?
body count.
This guy sucks
A
so
woman's
much.
promiscuity, but see, I hate that because like I'm not even trying to go that hard on like the anti-misogyny route. I don't really. I mean, I do care. I don't think you should be a misogynistic piece of shit. But like, man, how can you in one hand like praise dudes for like, damn, you be fucking, and then like when a woman is fucking, you're like, oh, she's a hoe. Like, just let her be in her hoe arc, bro. She doesn't have to be for you. That's fine. But oh no, I'm not here to like pass judgment on people. I just don't care. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing. Here's the other thing. If Scarlett Johansson, hell, if fucking what's her name? Not Mila Kunis. Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa hit or miss. If she was like, smash me, you'd probably be like, I bet. So like, who fucking cares, bro? Who fucking cares, right? If she bad and you want to smash, you gonna smash. So who fucking cares? Truly. You were just wait. You said you were just watching Gideon react to guess the body count. Someone had a 300, and bro looked up what 300 people looked like. That shit is crazy. What do you mean looked up what 300 people look like? Here's the thing. Let's put this into perspective. Is having a 300 body count crazy? Yeah, a little bit. Like, when you look at it from a numbers perspective, one individual to 300. That sounds like a lot, but like, let's keep it a stizzy stack, my guy. There is, check this out. 334 million individuals in the United States alone. Oh. 8 billion people in the totality of the world. You might encounter 300 people on your day-to-day just doing your fucking job, right? There's 52 weeks in a year, right? So even if you just fucked one person a week, which, like, doesn't sound like a lot at all, right? I fucked somebody once a week. I might hook up with one random person a week, and then I don't have sex the rest of the week. Bro, that's still 52 people in a year. Like, those numbers can fly by. Now, is it normal? I don't think so. But I don't think it's, like, that crazy either. I think people just put a lot of stock into fucking nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, bro, think about how many people you see, you talk to, whatever. You might have an extended conversation with, like, 20 to 30 people in your day-to-day fucking life, bro. Genuinely. So, we all fuck. Everybody fucks. You fuck for fun. You fuck for love. Whatever. You fuck just because you're horny, right? That's what Tinder is for. That's why people go to the bar, etc., etc., etc. So it's not really that crazy to, like, when you think about it, like, I think people just hear the number and they're like, wow, that's a lot. But, like, bro, I've had years where I fucked, like, 20, 30 people in that year. Right? I just don't think it matters. Like I said, once you fucked enough people, you realize that it's more often than not, it's all the same. So who cares? Like, I don't know. I do think
it's not even
different people have different values of sex. To me, sex is, it can be something that, right, I might just fuck my homegirl because we both bored. I might want to fuck somebody because I'm in love with them. I might want to fuck somebody because I find them incredibly attractive. There could be a number of reasons why I want to fuck somebody. I might want to fuck somebody because I hate them, and I think it would be cool to want to fuck them because I hate them. Like, there's a number of reasons why people have sex. Ultimately, it boils down to attraction, in most cases. But I think, really and truly, it just straight up don't matter. It do not matter, like Uzi said.
Deeply insecure, misogynistic guy. Obviously, that's the case. But because he just can't hold his
Here's the thing, bro. I don't give a fuck what a girl's body count is. I care about if you're the only person I'm fucking or not, right? I'm gonna go get tested. I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna be smart. But, if we're like a thing, as long as I'm the only person you fucking, I don't give a fuck what your body count is. Truly. Now, there's some things I can't overlook, like if you fuck like my best friend or my brother or something, because like I'm gonna always feel a type of way. That doesn't mean you're like a bad person or you're a whore or anything. It's just like, that's not my prerogative, you know what I mean? Some people are into like voyeurism and group shit. Some people want their homies to fuck their girl, or their homegirl to fuck their man, or whatever. That's not my cup of tea. But as long as you're the only person I'm fucking, or that you fucking, I don't give a fuck.
In a conversation, his voice falters.
Yeah. And look, my beliefs, my feelings, my morals, my ethics, you don't have to consign to them, right? Believe what you want, think how you want, feel how you want. I just don't think it's fair to like shit on or judge or like look down your nose at somebody else for doing something that we all ultimately do.
Looks around instead of directly engaging with the critiques. And then once he shuts everyone up, he finally gets his soapbox moment and he just goes, body count is important because promiscuity.
Minuscule?
I mean, you're just not taking, you're just saying body count. That's like so.
It's like, bro, if you're gonna be misogynist, at least get good at it. Top 10 least effective misogynists in my book. I remember when I was like
what about a
looking
man's
into this
body
podcast,
count? I don't
going to
know,
the guy's
bro.
Instagram, and there was a bunch of comments from guys being like, hey man, you know, I love that you're being like a misogynist and it's great for the program, but can you please like get more masculine because you're making us men look bad by being so soy. And as a dude constantly under fire with the soy allegations, you know, I think that's great because being soy is okay, but not when you're an alpha male podcast. podcaster. Just quick and easy way to piss off the target demographic.
That's like so physical. Like, are you not?
You're focused too much on the past too. You're not really focused as much.
There he goes. Listen to these ladies talk. They are so dumb, right? Producer behind the computer with no microphone.
Here's what's so funny to me. I think women are unaccustomed to hearing men communicate and articulate their preferences, standards, and boundaries. Women are the queens of going for exactly what
You personally would care if someone would straight up tell you, but you're not gonna look for signs and shit? Yeah. Well, Jesus Christ. I mean, I definitely think if someone is like super forward, they're either really into you or just like way too geeked up over that shit. But I would definitely look at that as like a red flag. If somebody was like, oh my god, I have like fucking XYZ number. It could be fucking 8, it could be 89. Body count, like, okay. If I didn't ask you and you're just telling me that, I'm definitely gonna look at you like, what was the reason?
what they want. You guys have laundry.
Like, I haven't asked my girl what her body count is, and I don't care. Some things you need to know and some things you don't. Like I said, as long as I'm the only person she fucking, who cares? Everything feels straight. That's all that matters, right? Shit.
Lists of criteria that a guy needs to meet.
This is one example of the preferences thing being a cudgel against criticism. I don't think I made a good argument in my last video about this. I wrote on the screen how preferences are sometimes a double standard and how that's the problem with them, but I don't actually think that that's the case. I don't think there's necessarily a moral element to someone having a preference for someone who hasn't, you know, had a lot of casual sex or a lot of sexual partners, because you could imagine a scenario where they themselves aren't experienced and might feel intimidated or like they want to start out their experiences with someone that is similarly inexperienced. I think there's probably a case that something like that is probably fine. The issue is the majority of the time body counts are being mentioned, it is as one method to police women's sexuality, where a man having a high body count is cool and dope, and a woman having a high body count makes her a slut. And cultural norms like that can affect your preferences. So these women aren't saying you can have preferences, they're just saying they might be worth criticizing. All that is to say, you know, preferences are preferences, sure, but why is also an interesting question to ask sometimes. I think the main thing the body count stuff stems from is just like insecurity. It's just plain and simple insecurity. Patriarchy instills in men intense feelings of competition. Like, of all the people this person has had sex with, maybe there's someone that's better than me. Couple pointers there, get good. And the person is deciding to have sex with you, not the other people that might have been better. It's not a race, you know? Just give and receive nuts. That's all. Simple tips with Noah Samson.
I was a feminist when feminism was about equality.
Giving
women an opportunity to find their rightful place.
Oh my God, we just found the most British person on earth. This is what happens when you put 10 queens into a blender and then out pops this lady.
Equality, an opportunity to find their rightful place, particularly in the public world, which was tremendously important and exciting when we achieved that.
So it looks like she's going off the legal definition of equality, which means once all the rights were evened out between the genders, legally speaking, that is when equality is reached. But obviously, aside from the fact that legal rights haven't been won in many places in the world, it's kind of like that argument that conservatives make where they say that because the civil rights movement happened, racism is gone. It's illegal, so people don't do it.
This would qualify as a racist institution, the state of Alabama.
Show me the law. You've named an institution you don't like, now show me the law.
Which is, of course, a little bit silly. That argument is a little bit different, though, because as she's about to go into, many of the advantages in society are shifting away from men, but not for the reasons she thinks, I think.
Feminism today, to me, is all about advantaging women at the expense of men. And it's become very much caught up in the demonization of males. I came across an article I wrote 40 years ago where we just started to...
This is the part that always baffles me. What is the expense of men? Are men being, like, chemically castrated in the street? Are they being gunned down? Are they being forced to give away their wages? Niggas are literally being held accountable. That's it, bro. that's it. And people are like, men are being attacked. Like, bro, I've never felt attacked by a woman in my life. Not for being a fucking man. Just saying.
Notice how badly boys were doing vis-a-vis girls. What was becoming very obvious is there were also a lot of boys falling behind and not achieving their potential. We have really very much feminist ideology infiltrating all our education systems, systematic programs to continue to advantage girls.
So what she's talking about here about boys falling behind, especially in education, is 100% true. By pretty much every metric across all age groups, boys are testing worse, dropping out at higher rates. Girls are around twice as likely to graduate at the top of their class. But anyone who's trying to blame this phenomenon on something like feminism is grossly oversimplifying the issue. I'll leave an article linked in the description that references a book. It's called Of Boys and Men that looks at some of the potential causes for this. But long story short, is it's complex. Changes in the requirements for labor markets, social expectations of boys not adapting to a changing world, and attempting to paint a causal link between these changes and what she calls the demonization of males is a very ideologically driven perspective. And also there have always been subsets of the feminist movement that have exhibited that sort of perspective. That isn't anything new. I've heard this argument from several women who are a part of the old school feminist movement, and the modern feminists attacked these women as well. I mean, a bad argument is a bad argument, right? And also, how are arguments supposed to be counter-argued for if every time you do that, it's being framed as an attack? Baby behavior there, big crybaby energy there. Look at how The Simpsons changed how they treated Bart. It used to be, he's a troublemaker because he's genuinely smart, but the school system isn't built for him. And yeah, he's got some growing up to do, but he is growing up. Look, he's going to law school in the future. Now, anytime we cut to the future, Bart is presented as more and more of a loser. Meanwhile, Lisa, whose worldview has been utterly coddled by the show, is constantly being told that her potential is being wasted and needs to be nurtured, despite the constant support she gets. Okay, look, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't keep up on the Simpsons lore, so if anyone does, can you please fill us in on whether this is true or not? I just love that first line, though. Just look at how the Simpsons have treated this poor boy Bart. Thanks, feminism. The boys notice we just get called trash when we call it out. Obviously, a feeling is being communicated here and being connected with by other people. This comment has almost 10,000 likes. But I do think one aspect that's worth taking into account here is that there's a difference between calling out how feminism is making your life harder and calling out looking for support from those around you when you are struggling at work or in school. I think the men being called trash are probably mostly the former, but also it still is for many socially unacceptable to do the latter. And that's patriarchy, baby. Get it out.
Look, bro, so here's a crazy take. There's a saying. It goes, you can't see behind your own ears. So maybe when a woman tells me that I'm being a type of way, I should examine that, because I don't have the fucking perspective of a goddamn woman. I don't know. Just food for thought. Just an idea.
Get rid of it. All right, on to the next.
What is the most romantic thing a man can do for a woman, and what's the most romantic thing a woman can do for a man?
Okay, so I'd say the most romantic thing, I'll just use my own marriage, for instance. Obviously, for a woman being able to cook and clean, but I'll give some more specific examples like what I do.
All right, here we go. In a vacuum, someone professing their desire to cook and clean, and take care of a home, be a traditional wife, you know, that is fine. I think that's fine. I think some might consider that choice feminism. I don't necessarily think in a vacuum that that's a good judgment on this phenomenon. I also think it opens up a big counter argument, because there are still a lot of people that fall into this category that it's their preference, even though patriarchy has instilled that into them somehow. I don't really know, though. I'm not that well-read of a guy. But the difference here is that this person is professing these values on a podcast that hates women, that wants to see women put in their place, that wants to see women chained to an oven. And so the only reason you'd want to do that is probably social capital. That's why everyone's on these podcasts. Maybe she runs a tradwife account, I don't know. But you know their reaction already from hearing her. You know what they're going to say and what the comments are going to say.
Being able to cook and clean, but I'll give some more specific examples like what I do. I wake my husband up with a massage and coffee every single morning, and every single night I'm scratching his scalp and like giving him a back massage until he falls asleep. It's important that he falls asleep first.
Why is it important that
Okay,
he falls asleep
no, I
first?
take it back. I take it back.
I mean,
wipe
base,
his
I
butt.
love getting
I
my
wipe
scalp
his butt
massage, I'm
for
not
him
gonna
'cause
lie.
He loves it. She's describing taking care of a baby. Change his diaper and give him a pat on the belly. The girl's face as well. Look, she's like, what?
And I would say something that's romantic that he does for me. Well, since I do all of the cooking, it's nice when he takes me out for dinner because it's like a little break and it's just special. And then also, even just while we're here in Miami, he's kind of like my little bodyguard, like making sure if there's any men walking by, he just like puts his arm around me and just making sure that I'm protected. That's what it's really romantic, and that's something that a woman could never do for a man.
W. Wow.
Just terrified of pedestrians. Every man on the street is going to attack my wife, and for that reason, I have a gun holstered in my hands at all times. For the inevitable cringe lord commenter, self-defense is important. Why are you hating on self-defense? I'm not. It's just funny to imagine people in board shorts and sandals walking by and you thinking they're gonna hit your wife on the head with a giant King DDD style hammer. It's just
Not
funny.
the DDD hammer,
Fantastic.
fuck.
I like it.
You are blessed.
I think
That
I
happened
think
to my
a lot of women
homeboy.
should really take heed to what you're saying.
Facts.
It's really,
Yeah.
really, really
Some
great
very good
stuff.
points.
I
Both
mean-
you guys.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the term pick me. I've talked about it before, but this unambiguously going on a men's podcast to brag about how you rub your husband's chin until he falls asleep and burp him like a baby. This is wild. This is the best possible example I've seen. And I think that's super fun. And that's why he's walking around protecting you like a bodyguard. Can't even blame him. He knows exactly what he has. Yeah, my girlfriend doesn't cook and clean, so when someone's about to jump her, I just step back because I would only do that if I had somebody like her. These
I
are the
mean,
women that I would
that's
go
just
to
the
war for
intricacies
and
of a
die to
fucking
protect.
relationship.
Me when I am doing war crimes to protect my women at home who actually is not affected by the fact that I'm doing
You
war
should
crimes.
do
No, but I
something
think
for
a
your
lot of
partner
men
that
have
they
this sort
like
of
and vice
protector
versa, but
fantasy.
that doesn't
Oh, World War II.
make you
Those men
special
went
or
out there to
anything.
get the Nazis so they wouldn't come get their
Like, that just
wives.
kinda
Whatever,
makes you a
fine. Everyone
normal
has their own
person in a
fantasies, right? But a lot of
relationship.
these gender dynamic
not a
fantasies are
toxic
really
piece of
divorced
shit.
from reality. It's a lot of things that you wouldn't actually practically have to deal with because cooking and cleaning is something that has to happen every day.
To
and
clarify, I don't think women are like consigned to cooking and cleaning, but the part about like, oh, the scalp massages, or I do something nice for him and he does something nice for me, like that's just the way that a relationship should go. It doesn't make you special or that you're doing anything or bringing anything to the table. You're just, I don't know, not being toxic. Like, huh? I don't know.
I would guess that this woman has never been jumped next to her man. And it's not because he's a big tough guy, it's just because that's a really rare thing. So much more rare than daily home labor.
You go up and you punch Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the face. He's stronger.
My uncle is calling me. I gotta mute for a second.
Careful. This situation is delicate. Like before, take my chalice and place it down as near him as you can. I'll keep his attention. Vasek, just stay calm. Will you say the litanies with me?
No! No! Stay away!
Everything is going to be alright. Father Inarius, as I shed my wicked blood, let it be purified in thy light.
Stop! Please! It hurts!
Let the light fill the darkness.
No! No!
Something's wrong. Vasek!
Look upon the shattered remains of this poor
fine. It's nothing.
You there? Yes, you. Come now.
I cannot do that here. I need time to do that.
appreciate your help, but we must be cautious. Here, she wanted me to give you this letter.
Dear friend, I do not know how much longer my shaking hand will hold a quill, so I shall be brief. I believe the demon we thought we slew in the sewers was able to escape death by using me as its next host.
You can take what's left. Anything breaks, the forge is hot.
Not while I'm in town.
Keep walking before I... Oh, it's you. Thank you.
it's not.
Who are you to demand such a thing? None but those who have dedicated their lives.
Not while I'm in town.
Alright, Gengi, we back. Where were we?
Than you.
Why? Why? Ooh, I can't wait to hear this one. Pearl. Thanks, Pearl.
Why do women get an excuse? If a weak man hits a strong man and gets hit back, nobody feels bad for him. Why is it that if a weaker woman hits a stronger man and she gets hit back, he goes up to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, big jack dude, and hits Dwayne first? Yeah. Nobody is going to feel bad for him when he gets knocked the fuck out because you shouldn't have messed with him. Why do
First
women?
of all, that's not true. I myself have been in situations where it's like, I'm not gonna fight this person because I gain nothing from it. It's like beating up on a child, you know what I'm saying? Beating up on somebody significantly smaller than me, weaker than me, like that's just silly. So no, I don't agree. Like, niggas know their limits and know their strengths, especially if you're like a strong ass dude. So that's psychotic.
I feel like it's acceptable.
So this is another example of this philosophical idea that gets thrown around as a men's rights point. Equal rights, equal fights. Women should be able to get punched in the brain if they hit men first. And on first blush, you know, violence is bad. Someone getting attacked, regardless of who it is, might want to defend themselves. But is punching someone back the same as defending yourself? Especially if you're a bigger, stronger man.
Now, if a girl's beating up on my girl,
you know, this hypothetical could not be
I might
more
throw her ass
divorced
into
from
the
reality.
sun,
The
but
vast majority of domestic violence goes in one gender direction, and that's not to disparage the male victims of domestic violence, but only one of these things is brought up in these spaces as a talking point, and that's the violent fantasy of men hitting women back.
Yeah, man, that shit is literally just that, just a fucking fantasy, weird shit.
How to avoid child support?
Jesus Christ.
One thing you can do is fake your death. Over 500,000 people go missing every single year.
I'm crying.
Or leave the country, but don't go to a place that fuck with the U.S. You need to go to Pakistan, North Korea, or Russia. Or go to prison. In my state, if you locked up for over 180 days, you don't owe that bitch shit. Or hook your baby mama up with a pedophile.
Jesus Christ.
Or take the lug nuts off of her car, and then when she crashed, you file neglect charges. Or get the kid locked up. If the government cares so much about child support, they can pay for that motherfucker while he in juvie. Or, as a last resort, get you a lighter and hold the button down so the fumes are coming out. Put a rubber band around the lighter so that the button stays down. Toss that shit in your baby mama tailpipe. And then when she start up the car, boom, you got full custody. Game is game.
What the fuck? I'm fucking sick. I'm sick, bro. That nigga said blow her car up. Bro, what the fuck?
As if that's something that hasn't been happening in society for not billions, for a long ass time. Let's just say that.
The question to ask is the amount of money that you two girls are making on, is it worth giving up a family and love? Because any man that is worth his fucking salt that you would even be attracted to wouldn't put up with it. I can tell you right now. And you, my dear, are a depreciating asset.
Whoa, what's up? First of all, with this music, crazy frog ass beat.
My dear, are a depreciating asset.
But also, bro, you're a weird guy. You're a strictly weird motherfucking guy. I tell you right now, you ain't gonna do this crap. This guy went on that Jubilee video, I'm pretty sure, and he was so quiet. He was so quiet. But put him in a room full of like 19-year-old college girls, that's an alpha male right there.
Now, and you, my dear, are a depreciating asset. So every day that goes by, you're going to be less and less beautiful. And at some point, there's going to be a history of you doing that. As beautiful as you are, you're stunning, you're a pretty girl. But no man that is going to be in your league is going to put up with it.
I think this guy skipped that part of kindergarten where they teach you that people are different and that that's okay. What he's saying is him and his boys don't like OnlyFans girls. Him and the men he knows aren't into that and would judge a woman for that. But you know,
but a real nigga like me
is the same. Some people value different things and other people have more open feelings about sex work and so on. So he's walking around projecting his values onto every person he sees and getting mad, actually, because people defy his values. And that's really messed up of them to do.
And so the question is, if you were truly in love and you had true desire for a man that would put his foot down with you and tell you how it was going to be, would you or would you not give up your OnlyFans?
No, I wouldn't. Same way if I wanted to really expand my dating pool.
Then you do not genuinely desire that man. You would not be in love with that man. Because if you were in love with that man, you would shut it down. And that day will come for you. It'd probably be way down the road.
Again, why don't I put on a hijab? Because then I can find a man who actually reciprocates. Because Muslim men lower their gaze when other women
Any man that asks you to do it and you say no to, you're going to look at as a pussy. You will not respect him and you will not love him.
I know what you want more than you know. I know better than you know about your own life. Because I'm in a black tuxedo. And it's so funny how threatened they are by the fact that someone's a sex worker, they're openly a sex worker, and that doesn't disqualify them from meaningful relationships. Oh my God, it doesn't disqualify you. I'm gonna poop my pants. I'm gonna poop my pants and wear a black suit. Once they get a taste of the money and attention, the idea to focus on just one man is damn near impossible for them. I have a YouTube channel that gives me money and attention. I like those things. Does that hurt my ability to focus on one person? No, it doesn't. Stop being so judgy. You're being so judgy. She honestly believes she can go change your outfit, who's who, and be viewed differently. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if that was what was said, but I think the whole point is that you can date people that aren't going to judge you for your profession, and that's kind of a prerequisite to being in love with them, you know? Someone that's going to judge you for your actions, if your values don't align in a relationship, you probably won't fall in love. But if they do, aside from their judgment of your status as a sex worker, then yeah, I don't think that's such a bad thing to say, nope, no thank you, next.
She gets up and she says, Patrick, this is very hard for me to say this. And let me tell you why it's very hard. I said, what's that? She says, ever since in high school, I wanted to prove to men that I can beat them. So when I graduated high school and college, I opened up my salon. We do very well. I've made millions of dollars. My people and my work that work at the salon, they do very well for themselves. I drive a nice car. I have a nice house. I have money. I have millions. I don't worry about any of that stuff. You know what decision I made last night? I said, what's that? She says, I want a husband. I no longer want to compete with men. I need them. And I'm like, what?
Wow, this sounds like absolute life story that shifted over time. Someone who pursued money in a career.
I need them. She might have said, I want a husband, but I need them just sounds like cat.
And then had a change of heart. I wonder if this will be weaponized to denigrate feminism. Let's see. I wonder. There's probably not, right?
She's saying this in front of 2,000 people with her sister sitting right next to her. And now she's getting emotional. How many 65-year-old women do we have to hear saying that I marched with the feminist movement and I bought into the fact that men are the enemy? I've never been married. I'm alone and I'm miserable and I wish I would have never bought into that philosophy.
That's a nice alternative to a dating app. Just do a speech where you say that I'm a millionaire and single and looking for a hot bod. Raise your hand if you want me to take you out to dinner at $1 million soup organization. The best thing about buying into this philosophy is that you can always unbuy into it by downloading Hinge. Like making a decision for your life that you end up wanting to change, isn't that like a pretty normal thing that happens? I get his point here is that they're brainwashed by feminist ideology to do things they don't want to do. But if the whole time she was doing that and obviously doing it for a reason, then she changed her mind, is that the worst thing in the world? I mean, that's just how life is, you know? I don't know. Maybe someone else has a better counter argument to this video, but I think it's just fun. I also like the lady listening on being like, wow, harrowing story. Just
harrowing.
Men got the right to vote before women because men were subject to military conscription.
Fucking Brian, bro. I don't want any more Brian. His little voice and his little crap. Also, tell me this isn't the most dripless person you've ever seen in your life. Red flannel, stars on the hat. Patterns are going nuts.
Zero drip, negative drip.
Decide on a pattern and stick with it, buddy.
Men,
in the floor.
If you elected a representative to represent you in the government, that representative could then vote to send you to war. Men being the exclusive, let's say, victims of forced military conscription ought to have more of a right and a say, and men got a privilege.
You could cut this clip a little bit tighter, just saying. Speaking as a video editor, just cut out the places where he starts a point and then doesn't finish it and goes to a different one. Just cut that out. And then it might put up the facade that he is competent.
And that privilege came with a corresponding responsibility. That corresponding responsibility was
whoa.
to France and die in the trenches. You have to go get trench foot. You have to go get chemical gassed by the Germans. That was the corresponding responsibility.
Chemical
That's
gas.
How men got the right to vote before women.
3 times he said corresponding responsibility. Look, I know I'm not really responding to anything he's saying here. I'm much more criticizing the form than the content itself.
Nigga, when was the last time the U.S. was in an actual war? Aside from
I'm also trying to figure out if this is an actual Ben Shapiro reaction, or if someone just put a video on loop, like in Ocean's 11 when they put the vault security footage on loop to trick the guys into not calling the thing. This is tricking viewers into thinking that Ben Shapiro gives a fuck about this video and agrees with or disagrees. I don't even know. There's no indication that Shapiro has any reaction here. He's just staring. Imagine trying to have a serious conversation with a girl wearing pink cat ears. Yeah, it's called being an adult. It's called being an adult, bro. Have a conversation with a person regardless of how they're dressed. Oh, you have pink cat ears. Oh, this is too triggering for me. I can't even talk to you. Yeah, well, fucking grow up, buddy. Some people wear pink cat ears. You can't handle it? Scary? Too scary? Also, there's no serious conversation going on here. He's doing a monologue. They're cutting back to the girls who aren't saying anything because he's rambling, but it's not a conversation. Let's make that abundantly clear. Also, yeah, if we take into account the fact that military conscription is still, I'm pretty sure in most countries, male, he's making a women shouldn't vote argument. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the implication here, right? I don't know, man. I'm getting tired of this crap.
You really, in your heart of hearts, believe like a woman who's like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna like apply these conservative values and give it a good go. Like, learn to bake, you know.
Learn. Me on my first sourdough experiment. I'm a Republican now. Pretty sure this guy went viral recently for being like pro-abuse.
If there's someone that's very, very young, might be really religious and like values marriage a lot, and goes into a marriage and has kids when they're like 18, 19, 20, and then a year into the relationship, it gets really, really...
From who?
From both.
This is so rare.
Anyone
so
really.
Rare.
I mean, it happens.
Go on.
My point is, I'm just, even though it might be rare from what you guys think,
it is.
If it would happen, what would you recommend for those people to do? Would they divorce, or do you want them to keep going
my fault.
Keep going. You can't divorce. I mean, that's not a real thing.
How is divorce not a real thing?
His Catholic background shines through. He knows. You can't divorce. You can separate, but you can't actually divorce. That's not a real thing.
Even though it might be like physically abusive.
Because you gotta endure. People are too.
You gotta endure, dude. I want to see that dude get punched in the fucking head so bad.
Everybody fucking quit.
And then it was exposed that he self-admitted to abusing someone before. Who could have seen this coming? Who can
pack my children's lunch and like do my best. You think a woman who decided to like start an OnlyFans is a way better choice?
What I'm saying is that with the way society is structured right now, for you to decide that you want to be a full-time stay-at-home mom, wife, parent at 18 or 19 is a more radical decision than trying an OnlyFans.
So this clip doesn't include the full scope of the argument being made here, so I don't know what his reasoning is behind calling that decision more radical. But I think this speaks to the sort of grossly inflated perception of how many people are privy to the idea of starting an OnlyFans and are actually doing that and taking the steps to do that. It's a very, very, very small percentage of people, even though that percentage is growing largely, and the number of people that are seeing that as a viable option for a career is growing, obviously so. To insinuate that that's somehow like the majority or the culturally hegemonic decision as opposed to being a stay-at-home parent, I mean, that seems a little wild to me. I think the better description for the decision to be a stay-at-home parent isn't radical, but unattainable, because it's not attainable on a single source of income in a lot lot of places. So it's radically ill-advised. But this lady's gonna start talking now, so let's go.
Yeah, you described marriage, like traditional marriage of two young people, as, or compared it to a woman selling her sexuality. Exactly. Which is, it just shows that you're so desperate to cast marriage in a negative light.
Okay.
Traditional marriage specifically in a negative light by.
Bro, she looks like a ghost.
A form of prostitution or
Okay.
slavery or subjugation of women, and
Okay.
it's simply not true.
Okay.
Why cut out the response? You know, what's the agenda here? Cutting out the response to that claim.
looks like
Seems
a
little
ghost. She
odd
looks
to me.
spooky.
Yeah, well, you said this thing that was so mean. Okay, that's why you fucking suck. That is one thing about the way these shorts are edited. That's just so silly all the time. Is that it's someone just preaching, and maybe someone responds like briefly, but that response is never actually representative of a genuine response or like an argument, because if they did that, these videos would go less viral. People want to engage with getting mad at someone who is apparently demonizing the idea of a marriage, because that's what they want. They want a traditional marriage. So when someone's demonizing it, ooh, I hate it, I hate them. But who knows if that's what's even going on, and I don't care enough to go back and watch. But notice that about these shorts, they're all cut pretty similarly to portray one perspective, or portray that perspective dominating the other, because you know, someone goes on a show not being prepared to fully debate Lord.
Define misogyny.
Because they're normal. People who debate Lord, which includes myself, I do a little bit, they're not normal. It's not a normal, you know, healthy thing to do or a way to view the world, because it's just like, all the time. Some people just want to be normal and chill, and I so respect that. I wish I could do that, but unfortunately, here we are.
I wish the dudes that marry you guys good luck. You guys are very strong, independent women, and like I feel like you're gonna give your guy a lot to wrestle with. My mother and my grandmother had the exact same mentalities as you guys in their marriages, and they gave their husbands hell. And I understand why you guys look at independence and like all the stuff that you guys have explained the way that you do, but like it's just like,
damn, bro, just say you don't have a good relationship with your mom and your grandma, apparently. What's with the dressing it up and all this individualism, rhetoric? My mom and grandma felt the same way as you two, always talking. My dad said, shut the fuck up, and they didn't listen, and that's why I think my dad is a cool guy. But for real, all the guys in this comments are just jerking off to women being told,
My
talked
dad
down
didn't
to.
listen.
Yes, finally, these 304s are being shown what the real... Fuck you. I'm not even gonna finish this one. I don't care. We've seen enough today. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought. Thanks again to Team Move for sponsoring the...
Let's see what this RDC shit is on. Hold up.
In this day and age, I see people making real money doing unconventional shit. You
Oh
don't
God,
gotta
I'm
slave
trying to
for
make
10 hours
real
every day
money.
anymore. Leave that to your fucking parents. You just gotta learn how to finesse the internet in some way, shape, or form. Well, how do you
God,
do
I'm
that?
gonna learn how to finesse the internet.
I
Oh
don't
God, oh God,
fucking
oh
know.
God. I don't know
That's why me and
either.
My best friends came up with a plan to rob a bank. We just needed to bring in 4 more people to help us rob it perfectly.
Oh shit!
Simple,
Did
right?
they get? Who they
That's
get?
what I thought.
They got AMP.
But nothing is ever as simple as it seems.
Hold up, I gotta piss real quick, bro. I gotta piss. You smell like beans, nigga. You got one monitor or two?
I got two.
Or I'm about to watch this video while we do this dungeon, and you can react with me, nigga.
Word.
Ready, nigga?
Yeah, join the party. Stop.
Oh, hold up. Crying.
In this day and age, I see people making real money doing unconventional shit. You don't gotta slave for 10 hours every day anymore. Leave that to your fucking parents.
I gotta
You just
drop
gotta
world
learn how to
tier.
finesse the internet in some way, shape, or form. Well, how do you do that? I don't fucking know. That's why me and my best friends came up with a plan to rob a bank.
God, I'm trying to learn, bro.
We just needed to bring in 4 more people to help us rob it perfectly. Simple, right? That's what I thought. But nothing is ever as simple as it seems.
Yo, I want to know what bank let these niggas in. What bank was like, you know what? Let's let the RDC niggas in, bro. Surely they won't rob us.
Ain't nobody moving this motherfucker. Stop on the ground. Shut the fuck up. Stop fucking moving. Sit the fuck down.
Here, hang on.
All right, let's go. Let's go. We got the bags. Nigga, what are you doing?
Nigga, I just brought a 4th bag. That's it.
Why?
A 4th bag?
Why can't niggas just stick to the plan?
Nigga, I am sticking to the plan. I'm just getting a little extra for me and my girls, you know what I'm saying? Just in case they want something. I'm a good nigga, you know?
Every movie, literally every bank movie shows that when niggas get greedy, they fuck up the plan. Damn!
Oh, damn, for real? Cause I seen one called Dark Knight. It showed me if you do something just right, you can get away.
Nigga, Dark Knight's a superhero movie. What did you...
Dark Knight is a superhero
Nigga,
movie.
you said don't move. I'm gonna have to blow somebody's brains out in this bitch. Hey, bro, chill. They in a pressing situation. Man, nigga, this ain't no fucking GTA hacks or some shit.
This is Zippy. Him and Desmond are the 2 niggas in this plan. We don't know them well, but Ben and Dylan claim they were really about that shit.
Yeah, bro, they be on that shit for real, bro.
Yeah, bro, they really do that shit, like, for real. Like, trust.
And since they're my friends,
Not
and
the
they vouch for
vouch,
me,
bro.
I thought, fuck it. Might as well use them since we doing some crazy shit anyway.
You better piss yourself and wake the fuck up. And I want for anybody in this motherfucker. I'll blow somebody's brains out if they fucking move. This nigga tripping, bro.
Man, I see it. Hey, what's taking them so long? I really don't know how much time we got left.
I know, man, but I'm sure they do what they gotta do in there.
It's so funny because Dylan is the only one that can't say nigga.
They know that, though. It's game time. Look at that nigga. Nigga, is you crying? Bro, shut the fuck up. Man, matter of fact, what the fuck going on, bro? What takes so long? Well, wait for them to come back with the money. Just chill, man. Man, y'all this bullshit. This a bank robbery, bro. We ain't got time for that shit. Matter of fact, y'all bitches running that money right now. Bro, that's what we doing now. What are you doing? Man, shut your bitch ass up before I rob your stupid ass. So bullshit, man. Run that shit. Niggas don't want no fucking money. Give me shit, bro. Don't have enough fuel. Man, run that shit. No, nigga.
Yo, run that shit.
Oh, yeah, they definitely got some extra cash.
Don't worry about the cash right here. We literally gonna be in the vault. We're getting the money. It's gonna be a good cut. Are you hearing me? It's a good ass cut, for sure.
Right.
Do not rob the tellers. Just sit here and make
Don't
sure
rob
nobody
the
moves.
tellers.
I got you, fool, bro.
Damn, shit. Hey, bro, fuck it. Just roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's stick to the plan. Hey, give the money up.
Hey, where your shit? Give it to the club right now. Yeah, sit right there. Hey, give me everything you got right now. Give me all your money. Come on, hurry. Hurry, come on. God, give me that shit right here. Hey, bro, give me everything you got right now. Come on, hurry. Bro, what the fuck y'all doing?
I'm just robbing the security guard.
What? Why, nigga? You know we had a plan.
Man, we can't look like we don't know what we're doing. We just got to play ignorant right now. Come on, bro. Hey.
Hey, nigga, stop fucking playing and take your wallet out. Who the fuck comes to the bank with that wallet? Take that bitch out for a future fucking bank.
This is Leland, one of my best friends. He's got what we call the gold roll. He has to watch the friends and the niggas to make sure everything is going right. But the nigga is non-confrontational. But we gotta work with what we have.
Cry.
What are you talking about, nigga?
He said he's not
confrontational.
confrontational.
Is also in the gold roll. He's our getaway driver.
Just make sure nobody's coming in and out of the bank during this time. If you see anything suspicious, hey, send a message to the group chat. We'll get out of there fast, all right?
I'm low on fuel.
Shit. Hey, what happened? Hey, y'all! These niggas is trying to rob us! Man, what the fuck? They tried to rob us in the middle of a bank robbery? Oh, niggas, man. Hey, what the fuck? Put the gun down.
I'm crying. He tried to rob us in the middle of a bank robbery.
They only had one job. Shoot the nigga, get the money, and go. Fuck. Me? Man, how was I supposed to know, man? Ah, fuck. So that was the plan, huh? Kill me, take the money, and then what? Nigga, I don't know. Shoot y'all niggas. We know y'all niggas ain't no killers. Y'all niggas robbing this bank soft as hell. How the fuck you even do that shit? No, we robbing the bank efficiently. It ain't got nothing to do with robbing it soft. Bank robbery's supposed to be 15 minutes. Bitch, we had like 20. Just shut up, nigga. Ain't no bitching me. Bro, Jay, come on, man. We don't got time for this shit.
Said ain't no bitching me.
Do you not understand the situation? I'm about to shoot your homie, and none of y'all niggas gonna do shit. So I know y'all niggas ain't got the balls to pull that bitch.
I'm
See?
crying. Nigga look like he about to pitch his pants, bro.
Wait, what? Well, you're not trying to kill nobody. What? What do you mean, what? Oh, I understand you still acting. You don't want to have to see your friend get murdered.
Crying.
Wait, what are y'all talking about? Just know you can't trust nobody in this motherfucker. This world below zero, ain't it? Nigga, listen, you can't kill him. Shut the fuck up. Can't kill him. What? The fuck? This gun full of blanks?
I'm
so fuck
sick.
looting, huh?
What?
Huh?
I said so fuck looting, huh?
Let's go. Nigga, what the fuck, bro? What you? Oh, fuck. The bags and let's go. Fuck, bro. You got one chance to rob a bank. And y'all thought I'd give y'all niggas real guns?
We can't trust them niggas, can we?
Fuck you, bro.
Sick.
All y'all guns fake, except the people I made the plan with.
That's what I was trying to tell you, nigga.
Nobody but the people he planned it with. Oh, means our guns are fake? Shit. We fucked up.
Why would you give us fake guns on bank robbery, bro? Hey! Now get your ass back in your place.
Sick, bro. Get your ass back in your place. Oh, we gotta kill the physician first. He heals him. Or he revives him. Oh, damn. That nigga got smoked. Damn.
That moment when I stun lock the physician and he doesn't get a chance to breathe.
Crying.
Don't move or I'll shoot him. Everybody stay calm. I got this under control. You two, take off your mask.
Not fucking Berlise, he is a security guard.
Take off your mask or I'm gonna shoot this nigga.
Yes, sir. That boy Berlin.
Not you. You leave yours on. Now you two, look at them cameras.
Bro, we can't look at the camera.
I'm not fucking playing with you. Turn around, look at that camera.
All right, we looked, bro.
Keep looking at the fucking camera. Bullshit. Now, everybody, please stay calm, okay? It's not safe yet, but we're almost out of here. Do not move. Now, Ben, grab those bags. I might need those for evidence. Matter of fact, get the one off the shoulder, too. Pussy ass nigga.
Hey,
don't tell me to wait. I tell you to wait.
How did you know Ben's name?
Crying.
We gotta go! Oh, what's the plan? I got a car outside. We can go. Ben, I got a car right outside the doors to the right. Take these keys, go put the bags in there. I'll try to hold these two off.
You're not leaving with that fucking money! Ben, we gotta press up, bro. Ben, get away!
Damn! That nigga was just walking.
Officer,
Oh,
please,
shit.
please,
Want to put the bags in the car?
Yeah, load it up. Bro, why'd you make them take off their masks and look at the cameras? They gonna snitch if they get caught.
I did that so the people in there think I'm innocent. The cameras are off. I turned them off before we got here. We good.
Oh my lord. I shouldn't have come over here.
All we gotta do is...
It's alright.
Hold on. What they doing?
Oh, they must think I ran out of ammo. Luckily for them, I got another mag rip.
Oh! What?
Don't have enough fuel.
You guys good? Bags are already in the car. I'll handle everything from here.
Appreciate it, man.
We got a 209 in progress. Shots fired. Backup needed immediately.
I'm crying. This nigga finessed the finesser by finessing the finesser.
Nobody except your best friend.
Friends, best friends, and niggas.
What's
Can't
up,
trust
y'all?
nobody
RDC
when it comes
World
to
here
that money,
now.
bro.
I just want to go ahead and explain to y'all some new things that's gonna start happening on the RDC World channel. And
What's
that is
finna
these
start
short
happening
films.
on
That does
RDC?
not mean we're not gonna drop anything else like skits and back and forth, which we've been working on. Now I know we might not be perfect with the short films yet, and that's okay. Y'all can leave some constructive criticism. I'm willing to listen because you can't start off at the top of everything. You gotta start at the bottom sometimes and work your way up. Or if you got a little bit more skill, maybe like the 1/4 and work your way up. That's some advice for you for you beautiful people. That's advice for you.
Oh God, that's some advice, bro. You can't start off at the top unless you me, nigga. I'm already at the top, nigga. I'm at the top of the food chain. Damn. Alright, hold up.
Nah, they already moving.
Avoid these massive mistakes in Diablo 4, dude. 10 huge mistakes from Craze Gaming. Alright, this nigga is hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Nah, bro. Watch his health go bye-bye really fast. You don't realize you got the gangster baller damage squad in this bitch.
Not ready yet.
Fuck. Fuck.
Use this bubble. Use the bubble. Big ass bubble right there for you.
You do not matter. W.
Oh, you like that stun? Ha ha ha. Oh, you like that assassination stun? Bro, I really wish there was a DPS meter. Oh yeah, bubble proc. Let's fucking get it, nigga. He just gets bursting down right here. Yeah, say less. Telling you, my damage is insane, and I have 2 other rogues helping me DPS.
Damn, we sped ran that shit. Jesus Christ. Now what?
Hold on, I'm looking at this gear I just picked up.
Court scandal, the D&D ghost that ruins your lives.
Oh shit.
Twitch is dead. Okay, Charlie finally
The
talked
title's
about
not
this.
clickbait. There was a new policy on Twitch that was announced today that will
Maybe he'll
legitimately
have more
destroy the
insight.
platform, with the majority of streamers choosing to go elsewhere if it goes into effect. Now, this was announced like 3 or 4 hours ago, but I decided to wait a little bit to see what Twitch would respond with, because the backlash has been considerable. Everyone is rightfully furious about this, and I just kind of wanted to let it all simmer, let Twitch kind of marinate in this witch's cauldron here and see how they would respond to all of it. So I went and played basketball, which is why I'm very sweaty right now, and I've just got home, and it turns out they did respond. I expected them to respond with something like, "Our sincerest apologies. Earlier this afternoon,
Nah,
we were
they
coming
doubled
down
down.
with
They
a severe
said,
case
"Fuck
of
you,
big fucking
niggas."
idiot disease. Turns out one of our employees replaced our water with plutonium and stupid juice, so we had radioactive brain rot when we came up with this idea. We're scrapping it. We're sorry." That's what I expected. But they went in a different direction. They went with a very pathetic attempt to save face and backpedal. So we're just going to go over this whole situation from top to bottom here. It was revealed today that Twitch has put sponsored content and branded content in their crosshairs to try and fucking slap. So formats permitted with the new guidelines on branded content on
Take
Twitch
us up to World
are
Tier
logos
3.
on stream. So branded overlays are limited to 3% of screen size at most. So any branded overlays can only be 3% of screen size. That means, like, if you have a G Fuel sponsorship or something, you can only have, like, G Fuel in the 3% of your screen area. You can no longer have burned-in video ads.
We can talk
meaning
about
you
this
can't play,
after-
like, your own ads during it or
after
ads
the
of another
video.
brand that's
Twitch
working with you.
changes?
You
Yeah,
also can't
or did you
have
already
display
look
ads,
through
so,
it?
like, banner
I
ads.
already looked into it. It's pretty fucking lame.
It's lame and it's kind of just dumb, silly nonsense, but I also don't think. I mean, like.
That's not for you.
Oh, that looks clean, actually. It's not that I don't think it matters. I just think niggas are kind of making it like a way bigger deal than it needs to be. Cause like, at the end of the day, nigga, Twitch is a business. It's capitalism. Like, you expected the dumb business niggas to watch themselves not get a bag, you know what I mean, on their own service. Like, of course they're gonna fucking middleman and be fucking stinky, bro. That's what they do. Like, why is anybody surprised by this or even... I don't know. I mean, you have the right to be upset for sure, for sure. It's just like, it doesn't surprise me. But it also doesn't affect me, so I don't really care. I'm gonna just keep it a being.
Word. It doesn't surprise me, but it's like another, like, they're dealing with a long list of L's, and this is just another one.
Of course. And they gonna keep taking them, bro, because Twitch is ran by fucking goons. But fuck it, nigga. Let niggas shuttle off. Let niggas build an audience. Let the website die. It doesn't matter to me. I don't give a fuck.
No, this is about to be a really legendary era, because I really feel like Twitch is about to get replaced.
By
Dark Shroud, that's fucking nuts.
By who?
Kick seems to be the big
contender. Yeah, I mean, everybody has been moving into Kick, which is straight. Like I said, bro, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just here for the chaos. For the chaos. I'm just swimming in the wig trying to get my own bag, nigga.
Ooh.
Oh, what? Missed item? Interesting. Wait.
Yeah, we missed a lot of shit in there. We didn't do anything.
Iron Skin grants Unstoppable. That's actually a sick ass thing, but I don't want it unless I can imprint it constantly, so to the motherfucking Jukigape it goes.
Damn, 719 power. That would have been so fucking good if it wasn't a minimum roll. You gain 25 times, so you gain 0.25 times your increased armor for 4 seconds when you deal any form of damage, stacking up to fucking 25%, but the max roll is 50. So just dealing damage gives you armor, bro. That would have been so fucking nutty if it wasn't a piece of shit roll.
But it's a piece of shit roll. Alright.
Yeah, it's fucking lame as fuck. 8% increased dodge chance versus enemies affected by dots. And then when you dodge, you get... Nah, that's whack. It's really just that ring. If they want that ring, I'll give it to them. I don't use that
Oh,
shit.
damn, you can't change your hair color?
Nah, that's why I was telling you that a while ago. I was like, you can change everything except for your character's hair. Stupid.
Little bit.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, the face I understand, but like, damn, I can't get a haircut, nigga? That's crazy.
Nah, hell no, nigga. Why do you need hair?
True. When you got a baller helmet like this. Damn, almost out of mill.
Oh, that nigga is debating fucking... Isn't that Hassan's uncle?
Who?
This nigga. Am I tripping?
Oh, I fucking put the stream down, my bad.
It do not matter.
Is that Hassan's uncle?
This nigga? Bruh. This nigga right here?
Oh, that guy from the Young Turks? I think they are related. I don't know if they're related, but he has a really good relationship with that nigga, for sure.
Where?
He put him on, definitely. He put him on. Okay, inspect the world statue. Let's get it. World Tour 3.
Nigga. Loaf. I ain't watched Loaf in a minute.
Click up set. Click up set.
Damn, Diablo 4 is Blizzard's fastest selling game of all time?
Makes sense. It's got a lot of hype behind it.
Alright, we'll take a break from the video in the background. Ow, fuck. Alright, what's poppin' right now? Just a bunch of whisper quests. We could go to the fields of hatred, but
okay, so low-key...
them motherfuckers is out there being stanky, man.
What, in the PvP zone?
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, like, it's not... I was looking into the way that it works. So basically, like, anybody who's a lot higher level than you is gonna just fucking demolish you. It doesn't really matter what you do.
Yep. Yeah.
That's because, like, it doesn't fucking... I wish they would just... If they made it so that, like, everybody's level is, like, matched to each other, it would make a lot more sense.
Nah, it was just getting fucking deleted by level 68 nigga out here yesterday.
Yeah, it's like a... I get it, but also I think that's like a stupid thing to do. It's like when everybody enters the PvP zone, I feel like they should all be granted like elite status, and then everybody just gets like the same levels, and then based off, you know what I mean, your gear and shit, like your fucking aspects still. Like, if you have based aspects, then you're obviously going to be doing better than someone whose aspects, like, whose gear is not rolled really well. If your gear is rolled really well, it'll give you an advantage. But, like, just having the extra levels and Paragon points shouldn't just mean that you auto-win against a nigga that's, like, lower than you. Personally, that's my opinion.
No, I agree.
It should still, your gear should still matter, but like not in the way that it does right now.
Yeah, not as like, oh, you're just a million times fucking stronger than this nigga. Like, bruh, like, why is there a level 674 out here, bro?
Yeah, kind of fucking stupid.
Like, bro, you shouldn't even be in my fucking world tier, you fucking loser.
But I have a feeling it's gonna get changed, because that's like a lot of people have been talking shit about that.
Like, nigga just straight up popped out the fucking dirt to kill me, to grief me. Like, cool, bro.
Did you even, were you even like flagged up? Were you trying to like extract your shit out?
No.
Oh damn, he just jumped you?
Yeah.
Kinda stinky.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, man, I'm not, like, big on the fact that it's just... nose goes on whoever's the fucking strongest, like...
Yeah. It's just really unbalanced right now.
Yep. I'm sure once everybody's, like, level 100 and shit, it won't matter, but...
Yeah.
The way it works right now is stinky.
Incredible. Incredibly so.
Cause it's like, bro, half the shit you can't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, dude, I'm just getting gunned down by a rogue, whatever. That's why both of them niggas got killed by another level 74, or it might have been the same nigga, but it's like, damn, bro. Like, egad, you're so much stronger than me, damn, dude. My fault for wanting to fucking try and get my gear up. How could I have been so stupid?
Yeah. I want to fucking, look into the cosmetics and shit. But
yeah, man, I've seen some, but it's like the Fields of Hatred shit is expensive, dog. Like,
yeah,
$3,000 for rules on gear. And that's the curiosity, so you don't even know what you're gonna get, bro. You could get a fucking absolute dumper tier.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there should be some shit. Like, if it's gonna be that expensive, it should at least be like kind of a guaranteed. Like, you might start with like a mid-roll for the aspect, but you could always replace it, you know? But the stats themselves should be like pretty decent and just like kind of fixed roll.
Yeah. I got a couple nightmare dungeon things though.
Word, I'm not gonna do a nightmare. I'm just trying right now. What I'm trying to do is clear some of these fucking side quests out of my shit so that I can make room for more.
Both of them are in the dry steps, but I don't know. I don't think I have the dungeons unlocked, so I have to go find them. 'Cause it's the Onyx Hold and the Gulron Slums.
Not while I'm in town.
But yeah, that's why I'm trying to get my Necro up to 50, because I'm like, bruh, the Necro is just, it deals so much fucking damage, dude. And I'm like playing on baby build mode too. I'm not even on like the real nigga shit.
Yo, this might be actually fucking tiny nutty. It's a crazy piece of gear. The only thing that sucks about this is the shrine buff duration. It's like, why the fuck would I want that on a piece of gear?
Iron Skin Grant's unstoppable. That's the thing aspect I just got, and now I know where to get it. Permanently. Hell yeah.
Oh, I learned about that too. So those aspects in the codex, they like, if you use those, it's guaranteed that you're gonna get it at its like lowest possible range that you can get it. So like, it's good in a pinch, but it's always gonna be better to rip it off of something else that has like a higher roll and then put it on. But I didn't even know that that was a thing until like literally like today. I started looking at their roll ranges.
You're not ready yet.
Cause I had some shit that I imprinted on from the codex, and then I like tested it on another piece of gear, and like yeah, it's just auto gonna be the lowest possible number. So if it's like 23 to 38%, it's gonna be 23, guaranteed. Codex. Which isn't bad, because it's like if you pick up a badass piece of gear and you just want to like put the aspect that you just had on that new piece of gear, it's pretty good. But if you're trying to like min-max your shit, you want to pull it off with something better.
Yeah, if you're on your maxer shit, but ain't nobody on that right now.
Nah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. As you pick that shit up, now that you have the setting turned on, just if you notice that you rolled something max, just rip the shit off. That's what I've been doing. Like, they didn't claim that shit that I just put in the thing, so I'm just ripping it off, because I don't know if I'm gonna need it at some point, you know?
Word.
I don't know, this is still a better amulet. My Vigo's amulet has, like, insane shit on it. Also, it doesn't matter if you do it, like, if you do it up or down. What I mean is, like, if you take an aspect off of a regular legendary and you put it on an ancestral, it'll go on that. And then if you take one off of an ancestral and put it on a regular legendary, that also works too. Yes, sir.
Damn, damage resistant aura.
Really, what I'm trying to get is some fucking better weapons. I need 2 better weapons.
Oh
for my main.
shit, Luke Goblin.
Well, let's get it.
I'm low on fury.
Oh, you're over there. Lucky I have a side quest in that area, so I might just teleport to.
Bro, if I can fucking get to this nigga, holy shit!
Barbarian issue. You have no movement skills? Well, that's not true. You have rolling. But...
Oh,
let's
yes.
Go. Just in time.
Legendary Sacred with Lucky Hit. 34% chance to reduce your cooldown of ultimate skill by 1 second, whatever.
Bro, that's nutty. Basic skills gain 60% attack speed is pretty good, but
yeah,
everything else about this gear is ugly as fuck. Oh shit. Well, never mind. Actually, I lied, bro. This is actually pretty decent. Plus 34 to all stats is pretty good. Plus 74 dexterity is also pretty cracked. Considering I'm a rogue. But fuck. Dude,
oh hey,
the gear
Altar
I
of
have
Lilith
right
already
now
here.
is nutty though, bro. Fuck,
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good. Do your shit. I'm trying to fucking.
Alright, gang. We've actually been streaming almost 4 hours. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. And we might come back later, maybe. But we'll definitely be back tomorrow.